Chapter 22. After the first two people fell, the third one from the first-year group was a girl. For ninjas, girls accounted for a large proportion of the ninja world. Although most of them were male ninjas, most of the girls were medics, which was the profession of nannies. If a girl wanted to be a good ninja, she would have to work harder than a boy. For the first-year student in front of him, she was only 5 years old, but she already had the basic qualities of a ninja. She was looking at Akira Uchiha with a dignified expression. Her eyes were full of vigilance. It was as if Akira Uchiha was about to do something to her. Her hair was tied in a Nara clan braid, which was the common hairstyle of the Nara clan. Akira Uchiha knew Nara Shikaku, who also had this hairstyle. He had a good relationship with Nara Shikaku. He knew that Nara Shikaku's attitude of not caring about anything was annoying. But compared to Nara Shikaku, who felt that everything was troublesome and often skipped classes to go to the rooftop to enjoy the breeze, Narachio in front of him was dressed very similar to Nara Shikaku, but the seriousness in her eyes was completely different. This couldn't be deceived. After confirming with her eyes, he saw a different Narachio. Akira Uchiha thought, "Narachio-senpai, please be merciful." After all, her teammate just said the same thing. Akira Uchiha was still a bit embarrassed. He really was merciful and didn't hurt her, but he knocked her down in a second. Narachio took out a kunai from the ninja tool bag on her leg and held it in her hand. Then Narachio slightly bent down and seriously stared at Akira Uchiha opposite her. Akira Uchiha nodded. Then he naturally made an genjutsu hand seal. And then there was nothing. That's right, it failed. Akira Uchiha's genjutsu was transmitted through sound as a medium, so it should be impossible for the opponent to know how to break the genjutsu. But Narachio in front of him didn't fall for the genjutsu, so there was only one possibility. Smart kid. It seemed that he had learned this from observing the battle between himself and Watergate. When Chio Nara rushed towards him to use taijutsu in close combat, Chun could clearly see that her ears were also stuffed with cotton like earplugs. "I'm being looked down upon." Akira Uchiha sighed. It seemed like everyone felt that they could defend against his illusions. There was a reason why illusions were the hardest to defend against. If one thought that this would be enough, one would be too arrogant. Since the ninjutsu that uses sound as the medium of transmission is ineffective, then he will choose the genjutsu that uses the eyes as the medium. It was obvious that the other party's physical skills had not reached the level where he could predict Akira Uchiha's movements without using his eyes. The distance between the two of them wasn't short, but Narachio was already very close to Akira Uchiha. Akira Uchiha easily dodged the other party's fist, slightly leaned to the side, and quickly dodged the other party's whip kick. Akira Uchiha didn't know when he took out a kunai, and immediately collided with the other party's kunai, making a sizzling sound. Then a feather floated down. Genjutsu Yumion. Narachio immediately laid down on the ground and fell into a deep sleep. When did he make the hand seal? Watergate murmured under the platform. He didn't see when Akira Uchiha made the hand seal. Akira Uchiha was holding the kunai in one hand, so he didn't have time to make the hand seal. Orochimaru looked at Akira Uchiha with unpredictable eyes. Interesting one-hand seal. This kid. Akira Uchiha's genjutsu, in this ninja school, can be said to be invincible. Since your ears can't hear, then rely on your vision. Yumion's genjutsu is really convenient. Moreover, with the help of a lot of books and the help of the third-level hand seals, Akira was able to perform the hand seals with one hand, and after a lot of practice, he was able to perform the hand seals with one hand. When Uchiha-chan walked down from the high platform, Narachio, who was holding the kunai, had already fallen to the ground and was fast asleep. So troublesome, I have to bring another clansman home. After sighing, Nara Shikaku stood up from the crowd and obediently ran up the platform to pick up his clansman. So heavy, I'll let Choza help me carry him back. At this time, Choza, who was crazily eating snacks in the classroom, shuddered. So far, Akira Uchiha killed 3 first-year students, and no one was injured. He easily defeated the enemy with genjutsu. Yo, this Uchiha kid, not bad. You saved us a lot of effort. Are all the younger generation so good now? Originally, She thought that it was a waste of time and trouble to come to the school to treat the injured students. But looking at Akira Uchiha walking down the platform, Tsunade Haim felt that this job seemed to be very easy. It's to save you effort. And before you said that he was a perverted kid like Jiraiya. How did he become your excellent younger generation now? Orochimaru glanced at Woodleaf Princess, who was still lazy, and obviously exposed her laziness. Well, don't mention Jiraiya, that bastard. But you didn't want to come before. The reason why I came, in addition to the old man's face, I also want to come to the ninja school to see if there are any excellent talents. After all, the ninja world looks very calm now, but in fact there are undercurrents. My attitude is fundamentally different from your perfunctory attitude. Orochimaru said. Okay. Tsunade Haim yawned and interrupted Orochimaru's explanation. She waved her hand. Don't explain, your mouth is so nice to hear, but you're not a lolicon, showed a lover. You say that you're looking for talents for the village, but in fact you're just a pervert. That's what Jiraiya, that idiot, would do, not me. Orochimaru didn't bother to answer Tsunade Haim's ridicule. He just replied faintly, then ignored Tsunade Haim, and went directly to the center of the platform. So the first and second year competition is over. Next is the third and fourth year group competition. If you are ready, both sides come to the stage. After saying this, Orochimaru returned to the corner of the platform again. With Akira Uchiha's current vision, as long as the strength distribution of the ninja school is still concentrated in the second year, there are still the fifth and sixth years. In the future, the father of the Woodleaf 12 Roaches is basically in the same year as Akira Uchiha, and the other genius Uchiha Fugaku has already graduated. At present, the most famous student in the Woodleaf school should be the fifth-year Hyuga clan student, although she is still a girl. The second is the two graduate Hyuga brothers, Hyuga Hayashi and Hyuga Hizashi. Looking at the third year, although there are many children of the Uchiha clan and other clans, but they are all students with no strength. The only one with some bright spot is the child of the Aburame clan, Aburame Shiki. As the father of Aburame Shino, he is very strong at this time. The third and fourth year competition ended quickly, and it was just as Akira Uchiha guessed. The third year children easily defeated the top 3 children of the fourth year, and occupied the winner's position. Chapter 23. The next match was the one that attracted everyone's attention, because it was the battle between the fifth-year students and the graduates. If Uchiha Ikaida's battle was the most popular, then the next one would be the most intense battle of all. The graduating team, led by the Hyuga Hayashi brothers, fought against the fifth-year Hyuga Himeji's team. This was a battle between siblings. Sister, if you lose, go home obediently. Hyuga Hayashi looked very calm, but he couldn't hide the worry on his face as he looked at the girl opposite him. Senpai, please advise me. The girl in the Hyuga clan uniform responded coldly. She had white pupils on her face, light blue hair, and looked very similar to the future Hyuga Hinata. But the difference between her and Hinata was that Hinata always looked weak, while Hyuga Himeji exuded a kind of coldness and a fierce fighting spirit, like an iceberg that would never melt. Akira Uchiha was a little confused. Just now, Hyuga Himeji called Hyuga Himeji sister, but Hyuga Himeji called her senpai. It seemed that their relationship was very messy. There was a story. Akira Uchiha suddenly ignited a strong fire of gossip. Hyuga Himeji bowed to Hyuga Hayashi and put on a ninja's fighting posture. At the same time, blue veins appeared in her eyes. Byakugan. It's Byakugan. Come on, Himeji. Defeat Hyuga Hayashi, this bastard. If Akira Uchiha's limelight was crushing everyone with his genjutsu and all-round subjects, then Hyuga Himeji was undoubtedly a genius and a beautiful person. She was very famous since the first year of school. Her beauty was known by everyone in the ninja school, and it attracted countless male students to confess to her. However, no one was able to move her heart. Since then, there have been rumors that she was a lesbian. She had always been the first in her year, and there was no subject that she wasn't good at. He was only 9 years old, but he was already proficient in using supercilious eyes. Coupled with her skillful gentle fist, most people were no match for her. In addition, she is the daughter of the Hyuga clan patriarch of the Woodleaf clan. Therefore, she captured the enthusiasm of most of the boys in the school. Right now, he was number one on the list of people who wanted to be her boyfriend. That was why it was said that most of the time, women were a source of trouble, regardless of their age. But speaking of which, she and Hyuga Hayashi and Hyuga Hizashi are siblings. But for some reason, their relationship was like fire and water. Hence, when Hyuga Himeji went on stage, the cheers from the audience instantly grew louder. In comparison, almost no one supported Hayashi. Even Hizashi was on his sister's side. However, Hayashi didn't care about such things. He only cared about his sister. For a moment, the people on the field hadn't started fighting. The students in the audience were already red in the face, and the crowd was excited. They couldn't wait to go up and kill Hayashi. Then, Hayashi closed his eyes, and when he opened them again, his eyes were covered with blue veins. Supercilious eyes. This was a battle of supercilious eyes against supercilious eyes. As one of the three dojutsu, supercilious eyes can see through the meridians of the human body and apply attacks to various acupuncture points. The taijutsu formed from this is the famous gentle fist of the Hyuga clan. In terms of taijutsu, the Hyuga clan has a unique advantage. Because the family has a complete set of ninjutsu, these ninjutsu can be used with supercilious eyes. Therefore, they rarely use other kinds of ninjutsu. But it's definitely not that they don't know ninjutsu. Of course, what made Akira Uchiha want to complain is that as the eyes of Kagaya, the Hyuga clan only shows their talent in taijutsu, which is really a waste of God's gift. Standing on the stage, Hyuga Himeji wanted to defeat Hayashi to prove that she is more talented. Hyuga Himeji took a deep breath, and chakra gushed out through the chakra acupoint on her hand. The two sides approached each other, and only a moment later, Hyuga Himeji and Hyuga Hayashi collided with each other, and a fierce taijutsu showdown unfolded between them. While Hyuga Himeji blocked Hayashi's first palm, her right hand turned slightly and hit Hayashi's face. Hayashi bowed his head and dodged Jilu's right palm, and sent chakra into Hyuga Himeji through the palm acupoint. He wanted to attack Jilu's meridians. Hyuga Himeji immediately dodged and kicked Hayashi. After Hayashi dodged, the two sides separated. Hayashi looked at Jilu and didn't persuade her to give up. He knew his sister's character very well, and he knew why his sister became like this. But even he couldn't resist the rules of the old family. Hyuga Hayashi's legs contained enough chakra, and he jumped up and threw several shurikens at Hyuga Himeji. Despicable. Hyuga Hayashi only knows how to sneak attack. Stinky Hayashi of the graduating class. What a despicable guy. Some of the imps below were enraged. The group of boys who liked Jilu very much were like being injected with chicken blood. The atmosphere under the stage continued to rise. On the one hand, they shouted loudly to let Jilu beat Hayashi fiercely, trying to interfere with Hyuga Hayashi. On the other hand, some of the children of the family who didn't like the Hyuga clan were jeering. The most hardworking, especially the Uchiha trio, had already made a banner. Defeat the Hyuga Hayashi reactionary. Save Jilu classmate. Akira Uchiha pulled Mikoto away from the crowded high platform. What a joke. After a while, the crowd will probably rush up to teach Hayashi a lesson. It's so crowded. Isn't it just looking for trouble? At this time, Hayashi on the stage threw a few shurikens in the air and approached Hyuga Himeji. Hyuga Himeji dodged the shurikens with a body substitution jutsu. Hyuga Hayashi quickly approached because he had found that Jilu was still a little worse than him in taijutsu. After all, he was 1 year older than Jilu, and his body was stronger. The Hyuga clan's attack method is relatively simple. The only thing to do is to get close, then use soft fist technique and 8 trigrams 64 palms to hit hard. Of course, there are other long-range ninjutsu, but he can't master them yet. And even if he didn't knock Jilu down, it didn't matter. Anyway, after the 64 palms, Jilu's chakra would be sealed, and he would have to admit defeat. Facing Hayashi's strong attack, Hyuga Himeji didn't panic, even when she was close. She quickly hit Hayashi's palms. After blocking a circle, a shoulder strike, and a kick, she finally found an opening to counterattack. She viciously kicked Hayashi's thigh that he didn't have time to lift up. Due to the impact, they were separated for a short time. Hyuga Himeji didn't stop in the air. She took advantage of this brief pause, and her hands quickly formed hand seals. Then she made a breakthrough in wind release. A violent wind formed and hit Hayashi, who couldn't dodge in time. Good. The cheers of the audience instantly resounded throughout the training ground. The wind escape technique was ferocious, but it had to hit its target first. Sure enough, when the wind release hit the Hyuga Hayashi, it turned into a log. Where is he? Hyuga Himeji's Byakugan range was 360 degrees, and she had already found Hayashi's figure. But Hayashi's movements were faster. Little sister, I've practiced this move for a long time before mastering it. If you lose, you have to admit your mistake and come home with me. Hayashi's voice was heard. A yin-yang tai chi diagram suddenly appeared on the ground, and Hayashi, who was hiding behind Hyuga Himeji, used all his chakra at this moment. Soft fist technique. 8 trigrams 64 palms. The two were not far away. Although Hyuga Himeji was a genius, she couldn't react in time because of her lack of experience and judgment. When she reacted, it was already too late. The 8 trigrams 64 palms formation diagram had already been unfolded, and Ji Lu, who was in front of Hayashi, had just reacted. Within my domain, no one can evade this move. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Chapter 24. At this time, Akira Uchiha's eyes were fixed on Hyuga Hayashi. The other party is worthy of being the next patriarch of the Hyuga clan. Whether it is experience or timing, he is very good. At this time, if Orochimaru doesn't intervene, Hyuga Himeji, who has experienced the complete 8 trigrams 64 palms, should have no chance. Will Hyuga Himeji fail like this? At this moment, the students below the stage were all silent as they looked at the stage. However, in the face of such a situation, Hyuga Himeji's face didn't have a trace of panic. Her face was still cold. This kind of quality is much better than most ninjas. When Hayashi's finger touched Hyuga Himeji, in an instant, a dazzling chakra lit up from Hyuga Himeji's body. The chakra quickly turned into a semicircle around Ji Lu. 8 trigrams palm revolving heaven. Ji Lu's voice sounded. This is... Akira Uchiha stared at Ji Lu on the stage. Many students in the audience widened their eyes. They have never seen this kind of ninjutsu. Several chakra condensed and suddenly wrapped around Hyuga Hayashi, who was beside Ji Lu. After several palms, Hyuga Hayashi was rotated by the chakra. The offense changed in an instant. Originally, Hayashi thought that he would win quickly, but after the first few palms of the 8 trigrams 64 palms, his body was entangled by the chakra. Ji Lu, come on. At this moment, the cheers in the audience became louder. Hyuga Hayashi looked worriedly under the stage, but he couldn't do anything. This talent is really good. Orochimaru, who was watching the situation on the stage, sighed slightly at Hyuga Himeji's talent. He showed an interested look. One must know that the revolving heaven is a secret technique that can only be mastered by the main family. At this time, Hyuga Hayashi is only the young patriarch. Hyuga Himeji and Hyuga Hayashi are still members of the main family, so they are qualified to learn this secret technique. But he was just barely qualified. Not everyone had the talent to succeed in learning. Hyuga Himeji was only 9 years old. He had already mastered this ninjutsu. Hyuga Himeji's revolving heaven was only a half-finished product. In terms of the range and strength of revolving heaven, it was still lacking, but it still displayed the terrifying talent of Hyuga Himeji. This year's ninja school really has a lot of geniuses. Below the stage, Akira Uchiha was also explaining to Mikoto and Watergate what heaven reversal meant. Akira Uchiha explained, the 8 trigrams palm revolving heaven is a secret technique of the Hyuga clan. At the moment of being attacked, the chakra acupoints in the body would release large amounts of gentle fist chakra, which would then revolve in a circular motion like a top, which could reflect all physical attacks. Therefore, in addition to his own rotation and Byakugan's extremely strong observation skills, he was able to see through everything. This move is also known as absolute defense. Absolute defense? Watergate murmured. Is there really an absolute defense? Akira Uchiha shook his trench coat and stopped smiling. Watergate, every ninjutsu has its weakness. No ninjutsu is invincible. Watergate nodded. At this time on the stage, Hayashi was hit by revolving heaven and struggled on the ground for a long time before he got up, spitting out blood from his mouth. Hyuga Himeji was hit several times by the 8 trigrams palm 64 palms. And at this time there was a problem with chakra. Hayashi stood up straight and said to Himeji, "Sister, let's stop here." Hyuga Himeji just looked straight at Hayashi and didn't say anything. Hyuga Himeji's idea is very good. She knows that there is still a gap between her taijutsu and Hayashi, so she let Hayashi get close. Then she suddenly used revolving heaven to hit Hayashi, who was unprepared. Even though her revolving heaven hit Hibizu, it seemed that Hibizu was more seriously injured. However, she had also overestimated the power of her heaven reversal. It should be said that those few palms greatly reduced the effectiveness of her revolving heaven. Now as long as Hayashi can drag it out, he can still fight. But Hyuga Himeji can't use chakra anymore. In the end, it can only delay the time a little. If she can't come up with enough countermeasures in this very short period of time, Hyuga Himeji will lose this game. Akira Uchiha analyzed the situation on the stage. At this time, Himeji obviously knew this. If her brother is allowed to recover, she will lose. So, she took out 5 kunai and threw them at Hayashi. Hayashi gasped for breath, barely able to block. He couldn't dodge in time, and a kunai stabbed his arm. Blood kept flowing out of his wound. Himeji punched Hayashi and Hayashi caught it with his right hand. Then they started to exchange gentle punches with each other. This kind of fierce duel attracted the attention of everyone in the audience in an instant. The audience was silent. Even Akira Uchiha couldn't help but open his eyes, wanting to see who will be the last one. Orochimaru, who was standing in the corner of the ring, naturally saw everything. His snake eyes, which had just been stirred up, looked up slightly then calmed down again. This is a ninja, a group of killing tools. What is the meaning of life? Hayashi is now in a state of unspeakable suffering. Although he still has chakra, his injury is so serious that he can't use it. Himeji's attack seems to never stop, constantly entangling him. It's not over yet. At this time his eyes were still firm, and he still didn't choose to give up at this time. He can't give up, even if the opponent is his sister. If he gives up now, the Hyuga clan's young clan leader will admit defeat. He wants to defeat his sister fair and square, get her approval, and then take her home. Hayashi took a deep breath and quickly retreated 2 steps. Gentle fist. Hayashi hit Himeji's seemingly defenseless shoulder. Bang! Hayashi, with his eyes wide open, quickly waved his hands and punched Himeji's shoulder. Himeji took the punch, and with the girl's mouth overflowing with blood, Himeji didn't choose to step back at this time. What she wants to do is to defeat her brother and prove that her talent is stronger. Hyuga Hayashi had his own persistence and so did she. It doesn't matter if chakra is sealed. She directly grabbed the opponent's fist. Himeji directly kicked Hayashi in the stomach. Hayashi couldn't stand it and fell down. And Himeji finally flew out because of the opponent's chakra. She struggled to stand up. Seeing this tragic scene, the students in the audience all closed their quarreling mouths. At this moment, no one could laugh. I declare that this battle is a draw. At the same time, Orochimaru's slightly hoarse voice came. However, there was no cheering. Hizashi immediately rushed up. He carried his sister Himeji on his back and ran to Tsunade Himeji. The poor Hayashi was lying on the ground, and no one cared about him. After a while, the other children of the Hyuga clan ran up and carried Hayashi down. An ancient ninja, it's terrible. Akira Uchiha sighed. But this is a ninja, everyone has their own ninja path, and they keep working hard. Akira Uchiha continued. Watergate, what is your ninja path? Akira Uchiha also asked Watergate, who was standing next to him. Me? My ninja path is. After thinking for a while, Watergate solemnly replied. My ninja path is to protect the people I want to protect. For this, I will work hard to become the Naruto of Woodleaf Village. Oh, Naruto. Akira Uchiha nodded very plainly, neither ridiculing nor agreeing. After an inexplicable silence, Watergate finally couldn't stand the awkward atmosphere and asked with a smile. What about you? What about your ninja path? Me. Akira Uchiha thought carefully, and after a moment of silence he said, I don't know. Chapter 25. At this moment, Akira Uchiha looked like he was about to die as he slowly went to get his number. For him, every second counted. After all, if it ended, it would bring about the fear of death. He glanced at his number. It was 1. Then he turned to look at Mikoto. Mikoto, what's your number? I'm number 3. What about Watergate? I'm number 2. 3 people with 3 different numbers. Who knew if there was any under-the-table manipulation? Akira Uchiha shook his Uchiha windbreaker. He slowly walked up, and his heroic figure slowly appeared on the stage. A handsome face. A body full of power. A coquettish movement. An absolute strength that made people despair when fighting. Beat Akira Uchiha, this trash. Long live Ji-Lu's cult. A boy below the stage shouted. Compensate me. Compensate me with my handsome description. Akira Uchiha instantly became angry and glared at the person just now. The audience suddenly seemed to be about to riot. It turned out that Akira Uchiha's opponent was Hyuga Himeji. As the number 1 person on the most wanted to be her boyfriend, and the most wanted to be his girlfriend rankings, their popularity was about the same. No. It should be said that there were more people from Ji-Lu's cult. After all, Ji-Lu was also a popular person on the most wanted to be his girlfriend rankings. Many girls liked Hyuga Himeji. After all, there were rumors that she was a lesbian. At this moment, the 2 groups were almost about to fight. Akira Uchiha observed Hyuga Himeji. She was already fine. Her skin was fair, and her long light blue hair hung down her back. Her white pupils were like white snow, but her face was expressionless, as cold as winter. Hyuga Himeji, nice to meet you. Hyuga Himeji took the initiative to greet her. This was out of Akira Uchiha's expectations. However, there was a solemn look in his eyes that had never been seen before. Akira Uchiha, nice to meet you, senior. Akira Uchiha immediately responded. This could be a clash between the 2 most talented youngsters, and also a clash between the 2 great Woodleaf families. Akira Uchiha didn't immediately use his illusion technique. Akira Uchiha hasn't opened his Sharingan yet. His illusions attack the opponent's 5 senses and control the chakra flowing in the opponent's brain and nervous system. Hyuga Himeji had Byakugan, which gave her a 360-degree field of vision. Any small movements would be seen by the other party. Furthermore, if Hyuga Himeji was caught in the illusion, she could use her super high control over chakra to disrupt the flow of chakra. Hyuga Himeji's chakra control was definitely above Akira Uchiha's. The other party was a genius who could use Revolving Heaven. The key point of Revolving Heaven was to control chakra and release it from the chakra acupoints. Therefore, Hyuga Himeji's ability to control chakra was self-evident. Hyuga Himeji on the opposite side quickly threw several shurikens. Those shurikens went straight to Akira Uchiha's chest. However, shurikens were generally used to test the opponent. Sure enough, Hyuga Himeji immediately rushed over. She wanted to fully utilize the Hyuga clan's Gentle Fist's close combat advantage. Akira Uchiha took out several kunai from his ninja backpack. He waved his right hand and threw several kunai into the air. He placed his left kunai on his chest and quickly waved it. The shurikens that were coming towards him were all accurately blocked by him. At this time, Hyuga Himeji was already close to him. Akira Uchiha could clearly see the eyelashes on her eyes. Her finger quickly pointed at Akira Uchiha. Akira Uchiha's left kunai also stabbed at Hyuga Himeji's arm, but she dodged. The 2 sides quickly clashed. It has to be said that the Hyuga clan, who specialized in taijutsu, was indeed powerful. Akira Uchiha had been hiding his true strength in taijutsu, but in terms of strength and speed, there were only a few people in the Ninja Academy who could compare to him. Hyuga Himeji was one of them. Akira Uchiha suddenly took back his kunai and kicked out. Hyuga Himeji blocked the kick, but she was still a bit hasty and was kicked back. Akira Uchiha immediately separated from her. The kunai that were thrown into the air by Akira Uchiha collided with each other in the air, and at this time, they slid in a big arc and attacked Hyuga Himeji fiercely. Just this kunai throw alone was enough to make people feel terrified. It's here! Rope Tree shouted in the audience. He immediately turned into a little fanboy. He has been envious of this cool throwing method for a long time. The kunai quickly approached Hyuga Himeji, But she didn't panic at all. In the vision of the Byakugan, she had already discovered these kunai. In front of my supercilious eyes, all your actions are useless, Hyuga Himeji said softly. Isn't this the special line of my Sharingan? When the kunai reached in front of Hyuga Himeji, she quickly blocked it with her kunai. Clang! Akira Uchiha's attack didn't seem to have any effect. What? Hyuga Himeji was shocked. She felt her body go numb. A lightning bolt attached to Akira Uchiha's kunai and wrapped around it. She didn't know when Akira Uchiha attached lightning release to his kunai. Just when Hyuga Himeji was paralyzed by lightning release, an exaggerated fire release came. Fire release, great fireball technique. Uchiha clan's family heirloom fire release. Under the deliberate filling of chakra, a somewhat exaggerated fire release came at her. Hyuga Himeji felt the heat of the great fireball. Because her body was paralyzed, she didn't have time to make hand seals to use substitution technique. Then, 8 trigrams palm revolving heaven. Several chakra gushed out from her acupuncture points. Chakra rotated and blocked the great fireball. As expected of the fire escape technique that cannot hit its target, Akira Uchiha complained. There was never a time when this ninjutsu hit people. After the revolving heaven ended, Hyuga Himeji was a little out of breath. Using revolving heaven ninjutsu twice in a day is a huge burden for her. Akira Uchiha looked at Hyuga Himeji. Hyuga Himeji has been trying very hard to prove something. However, with this kind of mentality, she can't survive in the ninja world. People will always change, and at some point, they have to break with their former selves. This is growth. Before this, she may break her head and bleed. Now Hyuga Himeji is on the road of growth. So Akira Uchiha decided to use his true strength to defeat her. This is a respect for her. And also let her wake up completely. Hyuga Himeji, how far can you see with your Byakugan? I'm looking forward to it. Dust rose from the ground, and several Akira Uchiha appeared on the stage. Hyuga Himeji looked at them with her Byakugan. She didn't know which one was the real one, and which one was the clone. Akira Uchiha disappeared in an instant. Whoosh. This is a high-speed movement similar to teleportation. When Orochimaru saw it, his face was full of disbelief. Because Kuroto has seen this technique from someone before, Uchiha Kagami. Akira Uchiha learned this move from his father's scroll. Since he can't see which one is the real one, he will defeat them one by one. Hyuga Himeji punched Akira Uchiha, who suddenly approached her, but her fist passed through Akira Uchiha's body. Is this an afterimage? But Akira Uchiha, who Hyuga Himeji thought was an afterimage, punched Hyuga Himeji. Hyuga Himeji was pushed back by the sudden force. This is not the end. When Hyuga Himeji was pushed back, another Akira Uchiha came from behind. Hyuga Himeji threw out her shuriken, which passed through Akira Uchiha's body again. Then Akira Uchiha jumped up and kicked Hyuga Himeji's abdomen again. Hyuga Himeji couldn't resist at all. I am the real one, but at the same time I am not. Akira Uchiha's voice came slowly. Chapter 26. In a sense, my instant body does not have a physical body, but it can also be said that it has a physical body. Akira Uchiha's voice sounded on the stage. But it was impossible to tell where the voice came from. Li. Is this Akira Uchiha's true strength? The audience began to discuss. Rope Tree, do you understand Shun's ninjutsu? Watergate asked softly. Me? Of course I understand it. I can see the principle of this ninjutsu at a glance. Why, Watergate, do you need me to explain it to you? Watergate looked deeply at Rope Tree and said, Ahaha, I don't need you to explain it. I think I understand it. This is the last attack. Hyuga Himeji. Akira Uchiha's voice suddenly sounded. Hyuga Himeji's expression was somewhat serious. Shadow clone? Or is it just an afterimage clone? It has no mass, but it has power. How is that possible? Akira Uchiha spun quickly in the air and kicked out with his right foot again. Hyuga Himeji could not block it and was hit again, flying into the air. For Akira Uchiha rushed up at the same time. 8 trigrams palm revolving heaven. Hyuga Himeji wanted to use revolving heaven, But her chakra was not enough, so revolving heaven was not used. Uchiha Lion Barrage. Boom. Hyuga Himeji was smashed into the stage like a meteor. The audience was silent. Himeji, I don't know what you want to prove. But for us ninjas, defeating others is not enough to gain recognition. If you want to gain the approval of others, the first step is to acknowledge your own existence. If you care too much about what others think, you will be the one who gets hurt. Ninjas are ninjas because they are often forced to make cruel choices. For ninja, 1,000 ordinary people can give one answer, and one person can also give 1,000 answers. If you want to change everything, then grow up. Don't continue like this. A young girl. Akira Uchiha slowly walked towards Hyuga Himeji and helped her up. Then Akira Uchiha stretched out his hand and gently formed a reconciliation seal on Ji-Lu's hand. Then he shook his Uchiha windbreaker and slowly walked down. Wow, Chun, you are so handsome. Mikoto ran over. Akira Uchiha smiled faintly. Although his verbal skills were a little worse than Naruto's, he wasn't targeting anyone. It was just that everyone present was useless. Akira Uchiha wins this match. Orochimaru said in a low voice. Ninja path? How interesting. The orphan of Uchiha's mirror. Orochimaru showed an interested look. Hizashi quickly came to the training ground. After checking, he was finally relieved. Ji-Lu was just out of strength, and her life wasn't in danger. Akira Uchiha seemed to have held back in the last blow just now. Chin, didn't you hit the girl too hard just now? Rope Tree appeared out of nowhere with a sanctimonious face, and stood on the moral high ground to criticize Akira Uchiha. Using your full strength is also a kind of respect for the other party. Right, Rope Tree? Akira Uchiha lightly responded to Rope Tree. Otherwise, when I fight with you in the future, I will say that I didn't use my full strength and you fell down. How about it? Well, no, it's better if you say that you used your full strength. Rope Tree immediately replied. What a joke. If that's the case, where will I put my face as the second genius of Wood Leaf? Chun, your taijutsu is so powerful. How come I've never seen you use it before? That speed and strength just now shouldn't be something a ninja school student should have. The blonde little son, Watergate asked. Akira Uchiha put his hand on Watergate's shoulder. Being excellent also has its troubles, Watergate. With power, one would be isolated by others and become arrogant, even if the greatest expectations were placed on them at the beginning. So you know. I don't know anything. This pretentious act, Akira Uchiha secretly gave himself a perfect score. It seems that his acting skills will surpass Sasuke's sooner or later. That's right, I know. I often have this kind of trouble. I often don't know how to get along with you. Sure enough, it's not good to be too excellent. Rope Tree nodded in agreement. Why are you everywhere? In a sense, Rope Tree's acting skills were also first class. The second round, please come on stage. Orochimaru's hoarse voice sounded. Watergate, come on. Yes, I will. Little Sun showed a silly smile. After Namikaze Minato and Shimura Miya stood in the ring, Orochimaru spoke with a hoarse voice. Then let the battle begin. Akira Uchiha knew Watergate's fighting power at this stage. In addition to the 3 body techniques taught in the regular school, he also had a few wind-release ninjutsu that Akira Uchiha taught him when he practiced with him. Their levels weren't high, they were all C-class ninjutsu. And the opposite Shimura belonged to the Shimura clan. The Shimura clan's most powerful technique was wind release. So most of Shimura's methods were wind release. 2 wind release ninjas can play a limited role in each other's fight. So, it depends on the opponent's experience and improvisation. Shimura Palace, please advise me. Watergate Wave, please advise me, senpai. Watergate quickly threw several shurikens at Shimura from a very tricky angle. Then his whole body rushed towards the opponent. These were all normal methods of probing. Puff. Puff. To Watergate's surprise, Shimura didn't have time to do anything, and was stabbed by the shurikens. Boom. Shimura, who was stabbed by the shurikens, instantly turned into a piece of wood. What a fast substitution technique. Watergate frowned. Seeing that Shimura Palace had been turned into a round log for the substitution technique, Minato immediately reacted and turned the direction behind him. Sure enough, Shimura's attack was already in front of him. Shimura's wrist gently rotated, and the kunai in his hand appeared at Watergate's throat in the blink of an eye. Watergate turned over and leaned back to avoid the opponent's attack, and then shot the kunai in his hand at Shimura, forcing Shimura to retreat. After opening the distance, Watergate and Shimura looked at each other with dignified eyes. Obviously, they were completely serious. Shimura didn't expect that facing a civilian ninja at this moment would be a bit tricky. Just a moment later, Zamura Palace and the Watergate collided again. An intense battle broke out between them. The sound of the kunai colliding was constantly in the air. Their figures were constantly flashing, making people dazzled. Watergate, come on! Shimura, defeat him! Chapter 27. Watergate, who just finished a long physical showdown, separated from Shimura Miya at this moment. He was gasping for breath. Watergate looked at Shimura Miya with a very dignified look. This battle can be said to be Watergate's most difficult battle, because he felt that both sides are evenly matched, and both sides are wind-release ninjas. It seems that if I want to defeat Shimura Miya, I have to think of some other way. Watergate secretly thought of countermeasures. But Shimura Miya obviously didn't want to give Watergate a chance to breathe. He knew that Watergate opposite him is not a character that can be easily defeated. But he is older than Watergate in terms of endurance, is naturally much better than the second-year student. As long as he drags on and exhausts his stamina, he will win sooner or later. So Shimura Miya immediately rushed over. He won't give Watergate any chance. He needs this victory. After the two sides finished testing each other, they collided again. Watergate flexibly avoided the opponent's fist, then quickly lowered his body, and fiercely punched toward Shimura Miya's waist. Facing this aggressive punch, Shimura Miya's face didn't change. His right hand blocked Watergate's fist. His body dodged to the side. At the same time, he quickly raised his left leg, and a knee hit Watergate's stomach. Watergate was in pain. Shimura Miya's expression didn't change, and he didn't have the slightest intention to stop. He quickly straightened his left leg and kicked Minato away. Watergate also endured the pain. At the moment when Shimura Miya's left leg hit him, his right hand grabbed Shimura Miya's ankle. Relying on the huge impact, both of them were lifted off the ground. Boom. The two sides tangled on the ground, rubbing, gasping for breath, and then separated from each other. Minato stood up and quickly used a whip kick to force Shimura to retreat. Shimura Miya quickly retreated, and at the same time, his hands began to quickly form hand seals. Wind release, wind cut. A sharp wind blade formed in his hand, and then quickly rushed directly towards Watergate. Watergate immediately took out a kunai from his ninja bag. He was ready to use the kunai in his hand to block this small wind blade. However, how could the wind release, which was compressed to the extreme, be bounced off by the kunai? After a slight resistance, the kunai was cut open. But because of this, the wind blade that was originally aimed at Watergate's chest was forcibly changed direction by Watergate. The wind blade brushed past Shui Men's clothes on his arm. Then a wound was cut open and blood immediately flowed out. Watergate! Rope Tree yelled from below. Chun frowned. Minato's handling of this matter was very reckless. Too reckless, too reckless. Too reckless. How can he use his own kunai to block the wind release? At this time, he should quickly dodge. Or use substitution jutsu. Then hide and wait for an opportunity. If the opponent at this time used shuriken to launch a long-range attack, Watergate can't dodge. Sure enough, seeing Watergate use kunai to block the wind release, Shimura was overjoyed. He immediately threw out several shurikens. After throwing it, Shimura Miya immediately ran straight to the Watergate. Akira Uchiha frowned and looked at Watergate. With his understanding of Watergate, he will not be so stupid. There should be another move. The Watergate on the stage didn't seem to have any intention of blocking the shurikens. Watergate's right hand directly threw a smoke bomb from his ninja bag. Not to dodge the kunai, but to throw a smoke bomb? After the smoke dispersed, what was left on the ground was a piece of wood that was hit by the shurikens. When did he use substitution jutsu? Shimura stopped and looked at the wood at his feet in shock. He looked around vigilantly. Although he didn't know when Watergate used substitution jutsu. However, he was definitely going to win this round. Chun, did you see it clearly? Watergate, when did he use substitution jutsu? And what is that smoke bomb for? Rope Tree asked doubtfully from the audience. Akira Uchiha shook his windbreaker and said to Rope Tree with a smile, Rope Tree, you are wrong. That is not substitution jutsu. Watergate is really a genius. Not substitution jutsu? Watergate's fighting IQ is really high, worthy of the name of the future Golden Flash that will scare the enemy. Is he behind? Shimura Miya suddenly looked behind him. But there is still no one. Shimura felt that something is wrong. What is the problem? Bang. The wood on the ground suddenly turned into Watergate. Wind release, wind cut. Watergate quickly made hand seals. Before Shimura Miya could react, the wind cutter sliced through Shimura Miya's hair, cutting off half of his black hair. Shimura's legs went soft, and he directly fell to the ground. If Minato's final blow had landed on him, he would probably have lost his life. Obviously, Watergate's last attack didn't aim at him. But he also lost. This is Watergate's victory. Orochimaru's hoarse voice sounded. Watergate, are you okay? Akira Uchiha asked with concern while supporting the stumbling Watergate. At this time, Watergate's body was bleeding. This is the reason why he took Shimura's shuriken. Minato deliberately took the wind release head-on, and then exposed an opening to Shimura Miya. When Shimura threw the shuriken, he directly took the shuriken. Then he threw a smoke bomb and used transformation jutsu on himself, turning himself into a log. Under the cover of the smoke bomb, Shimura thought that Watergate used substitution jutsu, so he relaxed his vigilance against the log on the ground. The strategy is very simple, but in the battle, if there is a mistake, it will be seen through. Only when you are not strong enough, you will use this kind of risky move. But that's how the battle between ninjas is. How can you say that every time your opponent is weaker than you? Neglecting anything could lead to fatal consequences. You are too desperate, Watergate. Go to Tsunade-sama's place. Akira Uchiha said. Ahahaha, I'm going, Chin. Watergate seemed to be in a good mood after defeating his opponent. After all, he worked hard to defeat a strong enemy. For Minato, who is still in the Ninja Academy, it's enough to be proud. At this time, Orochimaru's voice sounded again. The third and last match. This match is to choose the top 3. So this is the last match. Mikoto, you have to do your best. Akira Uchiha patted Mikoto's head. Yes, Chun. Mikoto showed a confident look. He already told Mikoto everything he needed to tell her. The rest depends on her own efforts. After Uchiha, Mikoto and Shibi stood in the ring. Orochimaru said with a hoarse voice. Then let the battle begin. Mikoto's attributes are fire and lightning. For Mikoto, she has mastered a ninjutsu like Fire Release Grand Fireball, which is mainly used for AoE attacks. Facing Shibi's Parasite Secret Jutsu, it is undoubtedly very effective. The battle was about to start. Chapter 28. It was still the same boring opening. Mikoto, who chose to attack first, threw out 3 kunai in an instant. The kunai collided in the air and glided in a long arc toward Ji-Wei. Wearing a pair of ancestral sunglasses and a white windbreaker, Ji-Wei, who had no presence at all, took out his kunai and quickly knocked the shurikens out of the air. Ji-Wei's hands quickly formed hand seals. Stop. Uchiha Mikoto frowned. I can't move. Mikoto found that she couldn't move her feet. Hurry and dodge, Mikoto. Rope Tree shouted from below the stage. It's useless. My insect has already crawled along the stage and attached itself to your feet. You can't move now. Abalone, Ji-Wei said. His hands continued to form hand seals. Go, my baby. The parasite insect surged out of Ji-Wei's windbreaker and rushed towards Uchiha Mikoto. Uchiha Mikoto didn't panic at all. She quickly formed hand seals, and a dazzling lightning flashed around her body. Several lightning bolts mixed around her body and made thunderous sounds. Oh, you want to use lightning to electrocute the insect under your feet? Not a bad idea. Akira Uchiha looked at Mikoto. Good luck, Mikoto. The cheers from below the stage sounded at the same time. After Mikoto's lightning flashed for a while, she found that she could move again. Jiwei's insect was already flying towards her. Mikoto quickly threw out a smoke grenade. Even with Mikoto's large area of smoke blocking his vision, Jiwei didn't panic at all. He stretched out his hands, and the parasite insect continued to rush towards Mikoto. The parasite that absorbed chakra was more sensitive to the enemy's chakra than expected. It could be used as a scout. Found it. According to the information provided by the Insect Detection Center, the second-year Uchiha Mikoto had already rushed to the right after escaping from the Insect Detection Center. Go ahead, send the badworm. A large number of zergs broke away from Shimi's body and surrounded Mikoto in a pincer formation. By this time, the smoke had dissipated, and the insects had already surrounded Mikoto. Mikoto! Rope Tree shouted anxiously from below. Everyone knew the prowess of the Abalone clan's insects. Once possessed, it would be very difficult to escape. Suddenly, Uchiha Mikoto's body glowed. Watergate, Rope Tree, fall back. Amidst their puzzled expressions, Akira Uchiha quickly pulled them away from the ring, retreating about 20 meters. Explode, boom. A huge explosion was heard along with the strong tremors of the ground. The huge ring was shrouded in the smoke formed by the explosion in an instant. The explosion was very sudden. When most of the students and teachers were still talking and laughing, the violent explosion had already affected a small area of students. The whole ring seemed to have been hit. When the smoke formed by the explosion dissipated, a corner of the huge ring had been blown away. Mikoto! Looking at the silent training ground, Akira Uchiha's eyes twitched. The power of this explosion can be regarded as the power of a B-class ninjutsu. Using so many explosive charms, what a waste. But explosions are art. No wonder Deidara likes to make explosions when he has nothing to do. It's really exciting to watch. At this time, several shurikens were shot out. Mikoto once again threw several shurikens. The shurikens slid in a beautiful arc, attacking Shiki. Although he didn't understand what was going on with the explosion just now, but Shiki was still very vigilant. He immediately hit the shurikens. But the shurikens were thrown as if they didn't care about their lives. It's useless, they can't hit people. Not even in a beautiful throwing technique. Shibi Aburame slammed his shuriken to the ground. Mikoto didn't move. After a few seconds, shurikens were scattered all over Shiki's body. What? It turned out that each shuriken was tied with a transparent special silk thread. This was the special silk thread of the Uchiha clan's cat granny. Most people wouldn't be able to notice it. At this moment, Mikoto pulled on a string, and all the strings were like a net that tightly bound Shibi Aburame. Oh, not bad. Akira Uchiha praised. Everyone in the Uchiha clan was a master of shurikens and kunai throwing. This kind of long string was also a common method used by the Uchiha clan. Lightning release, earth walk. Mikoto quickly made a hand seal. The lightning release followed the long string and hit Shiki's body. Shiki couldn't dodge and was hit by the lightning release, falling to the ground. Winner, Uchiha Mikoto. Orochimaru, who was standing very close to Shiki and wasn't affected at all, announced Mikoto's victory after seeing Shiki fall. Then he said again, as for the winner's training method, we'll contact the teacher tomorrow. It's getting late, let's disperse. After Mikoto walked to the stage, she walked towards Akira Uchiha and the others. Amazing, Mikoto. Akira Uchiha patted Mikoto's head. It's okay. Mikoto was very happy. Right, Mikoto, what's with the explosion just now? Rope Tree asked in confusion. Explosive charm, it's the explosive charm. Mikoto explained. I used lightning release to protect myself and electrocuted the insects under my feet. When I could move my body, I used the clone technique under the smoke bomb to attract the insects. Then he took the opportunity to detonate the explosive talisman on the doppelganger, killing all the bugs. Amazing tactic. Now Akira Uchiha, Watergate, and Mikoto are in the top 3. For them, it's the guidance of the Sannin. This has a very important meaning. After all, the 3 of them are all orphans. They lack systematic guidance, and the gradual progress of the ninja school can't bring about an increase in strength. As for Rope Tree, He had grown up with the trio of prostitution, gambling, and drug dealers. So he doesn't care about guidance. However, he wasn't led astray by the three of them. It has to be said that Rope Tree is a really honest person. Of course, it can also be said that he's stupid. It's all the same. When Akira Uchiha returned home, the sky was completely dark. It's no wonder that the battle in the outdoor class lasted for a long time. When they left the school, it was already a little dark. Of course, the main reason is because Akira Uchiha has been dragging his feet. Tsunade has been blocking the door, so he didn't dare to leave. In the end, Tsunade, who really wanted to play 2 rounds, had no choice but to leave. But looking at her fierce expression before leaving, Akira Uchiha was scared again. Didn't you see that the cherry tree at the door was broken by her? After leaving, the 4 of them went to the legendary ramen restaurant to replenish their energy. Akira Uchiha is now lying on the bed very excitedly. It's time to count the points. This is his favorite program. Integration is art, he said. My stupid system. Hehehe. Chapter 29. Akira Uchiha was excitedly lying on the bed. He felt very excited. He couldn't control his right hand anymore. He raised his right hand. Then he opened his virtual panel. He saw the words, Host Akira Uchiha, Fire Country, age 6 years old, comprehensive strength index, invincible in the ninja school. Chakra level 4, 04000. Taijutsu level 5, 06000. Shuriken level 4, 04000. Hand seals level 3, 02000. Ninjutsu level 3, 02000. Illusion level 4, 04000. Wind attribute level 2, 01000. Fire attribute level 3, 02000. Thunder attribute level 2, 01000. Water attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Earth attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Yang attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Yin attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Remaining ninja points, 27, 100. Although it wasn't the first time he saw these points, he still felt very excited. Originally, he only had 600 points. After defeating several opponents in a row, now his points have reached 27,100 points. Great excitement surrounded him. At this time, the system's voice also came. Congratulations, host. Host has completed the task of entering the top 3 in the school. Therefore, you've received the title of Overpowering Heroes. Now you've received the reward of 5,000 points for completing the task. In view of the host's completion of the first task issued by the system, the reward is 3,000 points. Host's remaining points are 35,100 points. Great. Sure enough, only by completing the tasks issued by the system can you get a lot of points. If he followed the previous routine, who knows how many years it would take him to get enough points to buy a car and a house. Akira Uchiha immediately took out his points and added them to his taijutsu. First, I'll solve the problem of cross-dressing. Congratulations, host. Host's taijutsu has reached level 6. Level 6 taijutsu. Host's endurance, speed, insight, and understanding of taijutsu have greatly increased. I'll add more. Congratulations to the host. The host's magic attribute has risen to level 7. Level 7 body arts. Host's endurance, speed, insight, and understanding of body arts have been greatly enhanced. Akira Uchiha took out another 8,000 points to upgrade Shuriken and Genjutsu to level 5. Akira Uchiha looked at his interface and made up his mind. He increased his chakra, seal formation, wind, fire, and lightning attributes to level 4. At this moment, Akira Uchiha's interface had changed. Host Akira Uchiha, Land of Fire, age 6, comprehensive strength index, the existence of the big boss among genin. Chakra level 4, 04000. Physical skills level 7, 012000. Shuriken level 5, 06000. Hand seals level 4, 04000. Ninjutsu level 4, 04000. Illusion level 5, 06000. Wind attribute level 4, 04000. Fire attribute level 4, 04000. Lightning attribute level 4, 04000. Water attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Earth attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Yang attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Yin attribute level 0, 0 out of 100. Remaining ninja points. 100 points. Akira Uchiha didn't put all his points into body arts. On one hand, he didn't need to be so impatient. On the other hand, he needed to maintain a comprehensive increase in points. Many of these attributes interacted with each other. On one hand, if he stood out too much, it would be easy for others to target him. Being comprehensive was the way to go. Uchiha-chan sighed. It seems that ninja points will never be enough for him to use. It was like there was never enough money to spend. When would he not have to work so hard to earn points? He really wanted to put up a missing person notice and find a system to take care of him. For example, my system is a scam, I have fair skin and good physical fitness. I want to find a good system to take care of me. Akira Uchiha was now only 12,000 ninja points away from level 8 in body arts. He was only in his second year. He felt that he should be able to get these points soon. He had plenty of time. So now that there was no longer the threat of the cross-dresser system, Akira Uchiha felt that he could finally breathe a sigh of relief. System. I can escape from your evil clutches soon. It's okay, host. After you complete this mission, there will be other missions for you to complete. Don't worry. The system's mechanical voice came without any ripples. I see. I knew it, as expected of the system. In terms of despicable means, no one can beat it. Please say that this is foresight. Akira Uchiha got off the bed. After adding points, he was in a good mood. He prepared to go to Woodleaf at night to take a walk on the streets and think about some problems he had never thought about before. Akira Uchiha had a perfect plan for his own cultivation. There was no need to be so impatient. For example, Watergate usually refined chakra. At this age, chakra's capacity was fixed. Frequent refinement was just a waste and had no effect. To put it bluntly, the limit of the body of 6 years old was there. All the training had to consider the body's ability to bear. It was unreasonable for a child to wish that he could use every moment to cultivate. There was nothing wrong with working hard, but it also needed the body's permission. Itachi God's terminal illness at a young age and excessive training when he was young may not be unrelated. The current Akira Uchiha's body was not suitable for all-day training. Proper rest was also good. After all, he just put down the pressure of points and felt very relaxed. Akira Uchiha wore his trench coat and slowly walked along the road to the village in front of him. It was quiet all around and not very lively. This was because Akira Uchiha deliberately avoided the commercial street. He walked along a remote path to Naruto Rock. Naruto Rock was the most famous symbol of Woodleaf, and the view there was very good. Akira Uchiha stopped because he saw a person who should not be here. Hyuga Himeji. At this moment, she was wearing the Hyuga clan's uniform, standing quietly at the intersection. No, it should be said that she was blocking the intersection. Oh Jiru-san, what a coincidence, Akira Uchiha said to Hyuga Himeji, who obviously came to block him. Akira Uchiha was secretly vigilant, and his chakra was madly running. Akira Uchiha's position seemed to be flawless, but in fact, it was full of flaws. Did she come to seek revenge? Is it revenge for defeating her in the afternoon? Is there anyone else? It seems that the wave of words in the afternoon failed. Hyuga Himeji did not speak, and her white pupils were staring at Akira Uchiha. It looked a bit strange under the moonlight. After a moment of silence, Akira Uchiha couldn't help but ask, "Can you tell me, what kind of accident can make us unexpectedly meet on this remote path?" "It's just a coincidence." Hyuga Himeji was expressionless. "Stop lying. How could it be a coincidence in such a place?" Chin tried to let out a hearty laugh. "Ahahaha. This is too much of a coincidence." Chapter 30. The path zigzagged forward. The quiet street was melodious under the moonlight. The fragrance of grass floated in the air. The breeze of May hugged the earth. Standing in the moonlight, Akira Uchiha gradually restrained the smile on his face. "Go ahead. What do you want from me?" Hyuga Himeji. Hyuga Himeji lowered his eyes slightly. Do you know the Hyuga main family and the Hyuga branch family? Sure enough, it was because of this. The Hyuga clan, as the descendants of the Otsutsuki clan, naturally has its own ancient traditions. As time went by, this tradition would turn into a complicated contradiction. If the contradictions are not resolved, sooner or later, they will erupt. The current contradictions of the Hyuga clan are mainly reflected in the main family and the branch family. Akira Uchiha's understanding of the Hyuga clan only stops at manga. I'd like to hear the details. Akira Uchiha said seriously. Hyuga Himeji slowly said. The Hyuga clan is an ancient clan, and the Byakugan is also famous as one of the 3 major dojutsu. But the Byakugan is different from the Uchiha clan's Sharingan. During the Warring States period, many ninjas had transplanted the Sharingan, but they all failed. If it is not the blood of the Uchiha clan, it is difficult to exert the true power of the Sharingan. And there will be a very big rejection reaction, which is a serious burden on the body. But the Byakugan is different. As long as it is a complete Byakugan, it can be used when transplanted to the body. And there will be no serious rejection like the Sharingan. Akira Uchiha remembered that there was such a ninja in the Mist Village. Hyuga Himeji continued. So, in the era of the Warring States, the Hyuga clan's Byakugan was coveted by many surrounding ninjas. The ninjas coveted this power. Later, the Hyuga clan's patriarch married the Uzumaki clan's princess. In order to solve the problem of the Byakugan, the Uzumaki clan's princess developed a curse seal based on the seal technique. This curse seal perfectly solved the problem. And this seal that can seal the bloodline is called Caged Bird. In order to protect Byakugan, the family was divided into the main family and the branch family. All the members of the branch family were engraved as caged birds. From then on, the main family of the Hyuga clan has become the true successor of the Hyuga clan. They are responsible for protecting and promoting the Hyuga clan. And the branch family became the guardians of the Hyuga main family. They bear the responsibility of protecting the Hyuga main family, and live in pain. Akira Uchiha asked in confusion. Then as the eldest miss of the Zong family, you shouldn't have such a problem, right? You shouldn't have been beaten into a caged bird, right? Hyuga Himeji nodded. I won't. But my second brother will. With the emergence of every system, as time goes by, problems will arise. Hyuga Himeji continued. The branch family members who were hit by the caged bird would be controlled by the main family members through a curse. The Zong family could use the caged bird to destroy the nerves in the branch family members' brains, thus controlling the branch family. The curse wouldn't be lifted until the person died. And this curse also had the ability to seal the Byakugan, thus greatly protecting the Byakugan from leaking out. So this practice undoubtedly caused extreme dissatisfaction in the branch family. Although the curse could control the life and death of the branch family members, it couldn't control the resentment in the hearts of the branch family members. So one day the main family finally broke out in rebellion. Some dissatisfied branch family members joined forces with ninjas from other clans to attack the main family members. Although the rebellion was quickly quelled, the Hyuga clan suffered a great loss because of it. So in order to maintain the relationship between the branch family and the main family, and ease the conflict between them, someone in the Hyuga clan proposed a new system. That is, the main family's patriarch and the branch family's patriarch must be very close in bloodline. At least the bloodline must be within 3 generations. And they must be close relatives who grew up together. So every 2 or 3 generations, a new child will be chosen from the main family. The chosen child will be beaten into a caged bird and inherit the position of branch family's patriarch. Hyuga Himeji's voice became colder and colder. This practice really calmed the anger of the branch family members to a large extent. After all, even the close relatives of the main family's patriarch will be beaten into a caged bird and become a member of the branch family. So, how can the branch family members be dissatisfied with the main family? And even if the branch family members are dissatisfied, as the main family's patriarch's close relatives, the branch family's patriarch will have their own considerations. They will sincerely consider the main family, at least they won't rebel again. Akira Uchiha heard this and understood. Worthy of a big family with thousands of years of history, Hyuga Himeji clenched her fists, and her voice sounded again. And in our generation, we have to choose a new child to inherit the position of branch family's patriarch. The next generation patriarch of the Hyuga main family has been determined to be my eldest brother, and the second brother as a twin will be chosen as the branch family's patriarch by the decision of the elders. So that's how it is. Akira Uchiha suddenly understood. He never understood why Hyuga Hizashi, as the younger brother, would become the branch family's patriarch. If there is only one member of the main family in each generation of the Hyuga clan, and the others are cursed, then there are too few people in the main family. Now he finally understood. It has to be said that the person who came up with this method has a really terrifying grasp of human nature. As the younger brother, even if he is dissatisfied with Hayashi, he will endure it. After all, Hayashi is his brother. This kind of blood is thicker than water, and it is impossible to give up. And if the branch family's patriarch is a person who is separated from Hayashi's bloodline by several generations, then he will never consider everything for Hayashi. Hyuga Himeji was a little agitated. Why? Why does the Hyuga clan have to bear this kind of thing? The reason a ninja is because they are often forced to make cruel choices. Is this the choice that the branch family has to make? Hyuga Himeji's Byakugan has unconsciously opened at this moment. One clan. These people only care about one clan. But they never consider the feelings of the branch family. Doesn't the branch family bear the name of Hyuga? I feel sad for such a clan. Could it be that this is the fate of a ninja? Hyuga Himeji looked at Akira Uchiha. My second brother will soon be a caged bird. Then what should I do to change all this? You said I have to grow up. Then if it's you, Akira Uchiha, if it's you, what will you do? In the face of Hyuga Himeji's question, Akira Uchiha was a little silent. It's not so much about how to do it, it's more about the path of ninja, or the meaning of life. In Akira Uchiha's world before his rebirth, this is a joke that people will laugh at if you mention it. But in Naruto's world, even a person who is not used to being serious, even a person like Jiraiya or Naruto will think about these things. After all, this is a real and cruel world. Himeji, you are too attached to such a small thing as the Hyuga clan, so you ignore the really important thing. That is power. Now you have no power, so you will be restrained by rules, premonition, or imagination. Weakness is the original sin. If you want to change the future of the Hyuga clan, then you have to transcend now and increase your strength. Many years later, your eldest brother will definitely become the head of the main family. And your second brother will also sit in the position of the branch family's head. And then in a mission or war, he will sacrifice himself to protect your eldest brother. If he is lucky, your second brother may survive. But his children will still be cursed. Then in a mission, he will die for the main family. The so-called fate, isn't it just following the established track? If you want to change this fate, what you have to do now is to make yourself stronger. Then if you can become Naruto, or have absolute strength, then the Hyuga clan will change because of you. Isn't that right, Naruto? Chapter 31. After leaving Hyuga Himeji, Akira Uchiha returned to his home alone. For him, explaining Hyuga Himeji was just a small favor. As for what will happen in the future, it's not something he can control. Perhaps, Hyuga Himeji can really become Naruto and change the Hyuga clan. Akira Uchiha returned along the way. He was no longer interested in going out for a walk. His previous relaxed mood became a little heavy again. Time is always high above. It overlooks our lives and manipulates everyone's story of life and death. It makes the most lively person silent, makes the most tenacious weight dull, and dulls the most sensitive heart. And we are powerless to resist. Akira Uchiha went to his house. Who is it? Akira Uchiha narrowed his eyes, showing a vigilant look. Just now, a looming aura locked on him. Whoosh! A figure appeared in front of Akira Uchiha. So fast. Akira Uchiha looked up. In front of him was a man in his 30s, wearing a trench coat unique to the Uchiha clan, looking at Akira Uchiha with a cold face. Akira Uchiha's pupil shrank. It seems that the aura just now was deliberately revealed by the other party. Vice Captain of the Guard, what can I do for you? Akira Uchiha's tone showed just the right amount of respect. Yes, the man opposite him is the vice-captain of the guard under the control of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Han. As the right-hand man of the Uchiha clan's patriarch, he has been active in the clan for years. It's so late, where did you go? Uchiha Han said to Akira Uchiha in an unpredictable tone. Akira Uchiha couldn't feel the attitude of the man opposite him. I just went out for a walk alone. Akira Uchiha touched his hair and deliberately showed a nervous smile in front of the big man. Well, don't be nervous, you're tired from practicing, so it's good to go out for a walk. Uchiha Han showed a caring smile. The patriarch is looking for you, come with me. Ha! What's the situation tonight? Everyone is looking for me. When did I become such an important person? Uchiha-chan had no choice but to follow them silently. There are some people that an orphan like him can't resist. Although the other party's gentle attitude now, as the vice-captain, he has killed countless people. Uchiha Han deliberately slowed down, apparently afraid that Akira Uchiha can't keep up with him. Uchiha-chan's house was quite far from the patriarch's. The patriarch lives. Lives clan's mountain Uchiha lives. And Akira only lives lives, but this is the first time Akira Uchiha went to the patriarch's home. Only here can one clearly feel the heritage of Konoha's #1 clan. This is the life of a rich person. After passing through a long courtyard, a teenager wearing a training suit was fighting with a jonin. Uchiha Fugaku. Akira Uchiha is very interested in Uchiha Fugaku. After all, as a man who has awakened the Manjikyu Sharingan, his talent is needless to say. What's more, he is the father of Uchiha Itachi and Sasuke. But whether there will be another Itachi and Sasuke in the future is not something Akira Uchiha can know. After all, there is a kind of green called Fugaku green, the youth of the Hulumber Prairie. Under the guidance of Uchiha Han, Akira Uchiha walked into a room. The room was full of scrolls. Only Uchiha Han was sitting in the room. He was dealing with official business. Uchiha Han is almost 40 years old. He looks very imposing. Uchiha Han is a daunting person. This is a person who survived the late Warring States period and the first war of the ninja world. The experience of the Warring States period made him sharper than the average ninja, like a steel knife. Uchiha Han waved his hand. Uchiha Han immediately retreated. Clan leader. Akira Uchiha said with his head down. There is no way, people under the eaves. As Akira Uchiha said, weakness is the original sin. Even if Akira Uchiha is a genius now, he is just a student of the Ninja Academy. You came. Uchiha Han stopped writing. He raised his head, his eyes swept over Akira Uchiha. Akira Uchiha was a little breathless under this momentum. Fortunately, the other side immediately restrained his momentum. Well, sit down, child. Uchiha Han showed a hearty smile. Good. You are worthy of being the genius of the Uchiha clan. I can hear the rumors about you in the clan. You have given the Uchiha clan a lot of face. Uchiha Han showed a caring expression. In the past, your father Uchiha Han and I were good friends. He and I were in a relationship of teacher and friend. I didn't expect him to die young. Uchiha Han sighed. Who are you kidding? Uchiha Han is the disciple of the second Naruto. It would be strange if he had a good relationship with these conservatives. Moreover, Akira Uchiha has been excluded by the clan for years, and they have never seen them stand up for him. If Akira Uchiha wasn't a transmigrator, maybe he would be moved. After all, his sincere old face was shedding tears of sadness. The other side is definitely a strong person, and his acting skills are above Akira Uchiha's. But Akira Uchiha's face still showed a surprised expression. You know my father? Of course your father and I were best friends. He was the #1 master of the Uchiha clan, unfortunately. Uchiha Han dragged his voice, showing a sad expression. Akira Uchiha secretly cursed the old fox. What is a pity, patriarch? It is a pity that your father was killed. Uchiha Han's face was full of anger. Impossible. Didn't Naruto Han say that my father died in the line of duty? Uchiha Yamama's face showed a pained expression. Yes, I thought so at first. But later I felt that something was wrong, so I have been secretly investigating. Later on, I finally discovered the secret. It turns out that when your father was on a mission, Uchiha Han's information was exposed. So he was ambushed by the enemy and died. Who did it? Akira Uchiha asked at the right time. It was the third Naruto Flying Ape Nichiren and the leader of Roots, Shimura Danzo. When the second Naruto died in battle, Flying Ape Nichiren temporarily took over the third Naruto's position. But he was too young and his position was unstable. At that time, your father Uchiha Han helped Flying Ape Nichiren secure his position. So Flying Ape Nichiren was very afraid of the influence of the Uchiha clan. He was afraid that your father would seize power in the future, and he would become a puppet. So during one of your father's missions, he joined forces with the current leader of Roots, Shimura Danzo, to kill your father. Uchiha Han was so agitated that he couldn't help but stand up. I've lost my composure. I've lost my composure. Child, we are both of Uchiha blood. Do you think I would lie to you? Also look, our Uchiha clan is one of the 2 founding clans of Woodleaf Village. The Thousand Hands clan has already had 2 Naruto, while our Uchiha clan is still excluded from the center of power. Are you willing? Child, don't you want to inherit your father's last wish and become Naruto? Uchiha Han said. Akira Uchiha was cursing in his heart. He had just persuaded Hyuga Himeji to become Naruto, and now someone else was trying to persuade him. This was really. So child, if you want revenge, your current strength is not enough. You need help from within the clan. Uchiha Han's voice came at this time. Then, what do you need me to do, Lord Patriarch? Akira Uchiha lowered his head and asked. Uchiha Han pondered for a moment and asked. You won the top 3 today, so you can choose one of the 3 jonins. So I hope you can choose Orochimaru. Chapter 32. I hope you can choose Orochimaru. Uchiha Mountain's voice slowly came. Akira Uchiha sat on the chair and looked at Uchiha Mountain in surprise. Orochimaru. Yes. If you want to avenge your father, choose Orochimaru, Uchiha Mountain said in a low voice. Among the 3 disciples of Flying Ape Nichiren, Orochimaru is the most likely to become the 4th Naruto. Although Tsunade is the granddaughter of the first Naruto, she is only a woman, and she doesn't have the ambition to become Naruto. As for Jiraiya, he is just an idiot. He has the least hope to become Naruto. But Orochimaru is different. He has perfectly inherited the 3rd Naruto's ninjutsu attainments. Flying Ape Nichiren's attainments in the 5-element ninjutsu can only be inherited by Orochimaru. Although Orochimaru is a civilian, he is a real genius. Among the 3 disciples, Flying Ape Nichiren likes Orochimaru the most. So among the 3 of them, Orochimaru is the most likely to inherit the position of the 4th Naruto. If you want to avenge your father, you have to get close to Orochimaru and become Orochimaru's disciple. Then you have to win Orochimaru's trust and constantly get information about Orochimaru. Only in this way can you really fight against Flying Ape Nichiren and avenge your father Uchiha. If you do well, the Uchiha clan will fully support you to become Naruto. At that time, Fugaku will be the leader of the Uchiha clan, and you will be Naruto. You will support each other and promote the Uchiha clan. This is what I want you to do. Akira Uchiha narrowed his eyes. His face was red, and he was very tempted. Akira Uchiha was crazy in his heart. Spy. Was he going to follow the path of Uchiha Itachi? Akira Uchiha felt very tricky. In the past, he just wanted to farm ninja points and grow up. But reality won't give him so much time. A genius will be pulled by various forces. On the other hand, Akira-chun was a rising genius, and he was also the son of the 2nd Hokage's disciple, Uchiha Kagami. The 3rd Naruto and Uchiha will immediately start the game. As for Uchiha-chun, he had to choose his side immediately. Whether it's Naruto's side, Uchiha's side, or maybe even Root's side. Various forces are now ready to start to pull him over. Akira Uchiha didn't know how much of Uchiha's words were true. But supporting him to become Naruto was the most ridiculous thing. If he was only a 6-year-old boy, he would probably be tempted. Unfortunately, he wasn't. If he had the ability, Uchiha would definitely make his son Fugaku become Naruto. And after Akira Uchiha was used, he would abandon him. But he had to say that Uchiha was worthy of being a ninja from the warring states. His analysis and control of the situation were better than ordinary people. Orochimaru was indeed the perfect candidate in the eyes of the third Naruto to become Naruto. But things are unpredictable. In the end, the development of things will only be contrary to Uchiha's expectations. Orochimaru's indifferent character and ambition made the third Naruto's favorite apprentice lose the opportunity to become Naruto. Coupled with the sudden emergence of Watergate, Orochimaru completely lost hope. And the most sad thing is that the fool Jiraiya, who was least favored by Uchiha, was actually the most likely person to become Naruto among the three. But Jiraiya was lazy and didn't want to inherit Naruto's position, so he gave it to Tsunade. Orochimaru, who was most favored by people, finally defected. Jiraiya, who was least favored by people, was the most likely person to become Naruto. And the person who finally took Naruto's position was Tsunade, who laughed at Naruto as a fool. That's why things are unpredictable. Among the three people, Akira Uchiha didn't want to become Orochimaru's disciple. Not to mention Orochimaru's twisted character, although Orochimaru was not interested in the Sharingan. But once Uncle Snake discovers the power of the Uchiha clan's Sharingan, he will definitely be tempted. Although Uncle Snake has the skills and knowledge, and is indeed the best candidate for a teacher, but under such a person, it is also the most unreassuring. Akira Uchiha's face showed a difficult expression. What's wrong? Is there a problem? Uchiha narrowed his eyes and asked. Well, Tsunade, Sama has already told me during the day to choose her as a teacher. How about I refuse her tomorrow? Patriarch? Akira Uchiha said in a difficult tone. Uchiha was surprised. Tsunade. Uchiha gently tapped the table. And for a moment the atmosphere was a bit oppressive. It seems that even the Princess of Thousand Hands has taken a fancy to our Uchiha's genius boy. Uchiha showed a gentle expression. But hearing this sentence made Akira Uchiha's heart slightly cold. It seems that Uchiha wanted to kill him. Don't refuse Tsunade. Maintain a good relationship with Tsunade, and even with her brother Rope Tree. In addition, when you graduate, I will find a way to make you Orochimaru's disciple. Tonight's matter didn't happen. The Uchiha clan will always be your backing. Don't let me down, child. Uchiha patted Akira Uchiha's shoulder. Go to the clan and get some scrolls. Our Uchiha clan is not comparable to the ninja school. Walk with my son Fugakumore. You will become good friends. Uchiha laughed and waved his hand to signal Akira Uchiha to leave. Akira Uchiha looked moved and slowly left the room. After a while, a figure suddenly appeared in the room. The figure was half kneeling in front of the table. It was the Vice Captain Uchiha Han. How do you feel? Uchiha asked. Akira Uchiha doesn't trust our words. That's right. What I said was only half true and half false. Over the years, the clan has been rejecting him, and he was driven to a remote place. It's normal that he doesn't trust us. I just didn't expect that Akira Uchiha would be able to grow up in such a situation. It should be said that he's worthy of being Kagami's son. Then why did you let me kill him earlier? After all, Uchiha Kagami's death is inseparable from us. Why did you suddenly treat him like this? The Uchiha clan seems to be doing well now. To put it nicely, we control Woodleaf's security. To put it bluntly, we are Woodleaf's dogs. And we lack information about Woodleaf's higher-ups. Uchiha explained. So I need a middleman. A spy. Uchiha Kagami's son will be a good bridge. Flying Ape Nichiren will trust him. After all, he is Uchiha Kagami's son. So we can't kill him now. He can't escape from my palm. I have found Akira Uchiha's weakness. And what we need is to plant a thorn in Akira Uchiha's heart. As long as he thinks that Flying Ape Nichiren might be his father's murderer. That's enough. This thorn will bring prejudice. Prejudice will bring distrust. Distrust will breed resentment. Sometimes a little trick will be needed. So you know what to do, right? Yes, I understand. Uchiha Kagami slowly retreated. Uchiha Kagami sat on the chair with his eyes closed. In fact, he didn't say the most important thing. Orochimaru would be Fugaku's rival on the road to becoming Naruto in the future. Planting a thorn in his side, As long as the slightest bit of information against Orochimaru was discovered, it would become a fatal stain on Orochimaru's record. Kagami, I didn't expect you to be of such great help to me after your death. I will help you take good care of your son. Haha. Uchiha Kagami's suppressed laughter sounded in the room. Chapter 33. Akira Uchiha just chose a scroll about the experience of using the Sharingan from the clan and left. It's a waste not to take it. And he doesn't lack ninjutsu. However, at this time, he really wanted to say MMP and give Uchiha a middle finger. You should find someone better qualified. Akira Uchiha madly complained in his heart. I'm not being modest. How can I, a second-year ninja school student, suddenly enter the eyes of big people like you? I was just a salted fish on the street before. Uchiha-chan has always followed the principle of making a fortune in silence and not saying anything. After all, this is the life experience of an elder. But now, the patriarch suddenly ran over and told him, I've decided after the clan's research, you will be the future Naruto. Wasn't this a little too certain? Akira Uchiha slowly walked back to his home. He didn't know if anyone was watching him. In the night, the whole clan became very quiet. The surrounding street lights emitted a dim yellow light. Akira Uchiha suddenly felt that this is a glorious and huge tomb. And the place where he is seems to be just a small tomb. It seems that he will have to move out sooner or later. But this has nothing to do with him. As a chess piece, you have to have the consciousness of being a chess piece. If he wants to overturn the chess game or become a chess player, he needs strength. Otherwise, he will only be crushed. There must be something wrong with the death of his father, Uchiha. He certainly won't believe Uchiha's words. As for whether it has anything to do with the Uchiha clan, he doesn't know. But he will definitely investigate these things. None of these people can run away. Now he is still very weak, he can only mediate between the various forces. When the first ray of the morning sun shone in, Akira Uchiha woke up. The morning sun shone through the trees planted in front of Akira Uchiha's door, and shone on Akira Uchiha's face through the gaps of the dark green leaves. Akira Uchiha opened his hazy eyes. Then he lightly formed a wind escape seal. A gentle breeze blew past, and he let out a comfortable groan. This kind of training method was very good for training one's control over chakra. After adding a point, he had become even more proficient in this kind of control. The first time he tried this was in a classroom. It was a happy afternoon. Akira Uchiha suddenly had an idea and released a wind release ninjutsu in the classroom. It was very cool. It was also very exciting. Then there was no then. All the desks in the class were blown away by him. Then he was punished by Nishimura Shogun to be on duty for a week. However, constantly integrating ninjutsu into his daily life is indeed a good way to train his ability to control chakra. Chakra was not only used for killing and war. Akira Uchiha was wide awake. However, he continued to wrap the blanket tightly around his body, and turned over to continue sleeping. After a while, there was a knock on the door. Okay. There was a rhythmic knock on the door. After 3 knocks, the person stopped. Then the person outside the door skillfully took out Akira Uchiha's house key from his backpack. Then the person changed his shoes in the hallway and came in. Mikoto. Akira Uchiha remembered. Occasionally, when Mikoto came early, she would come to his house to wake him up. So Mikoto had the key to his house. Thanks to Mikoto, Akira Uchiha was rarely late now. At this time, there was a slight sound from the kitchen. Akira Uchiha quickly put on his Uchiha brand windbreaker and went out of the bedroom. At this time, he saw Mikoto wearing a scarf busily working in the kitchen. This style suddenly changed from a hot-blooded manga to a youthful family style. Mikoto, you're up early. Akira Uchiha looked at Mikoto and said, I'm not particularly sleepy this morning. Chun, aren't you going to sleep a little longer? Don't you usually dawdle? It's still early. Ahaha, I occasionally wake up early. Akira Uchiha rubbed his head. Chun, Mikoto, what's wrong? Is there anything you want to eat? Anything is fine. Mikoto's cooking is delicious. Is that so? I got it. Actually, I was going to try baking cookies last night, but they burned. After breakfast, Mikoto and Akira Uchiha headed to the Ninja Academy together. It was rare for them to go so early. Akira Uchiha and Mikoto walked through the busy streets. On the way, Akira Uchiha bumped into Rope Tree, who was walking over from the Thousand Hands tribe. Yo Chin Mikoto, good morning, Rope Tree greeted. Good morning Rope Tree, Mikoto replied. It's rare to see you so early, Chin, Rope Tree said, puzzled. Occasionally I'll be early too, okay, stinky brat? You're always late on the first day of class. How dare you say something like that? Rope Tree looked at him with disdain. I was late because I was helping an old granny cross the road. As Naruto's successor, what do you know? You better be prepared to be taught a lesson by my sister. Mikoto smiled as she watched Akira Uchiha and Rope Tree bicker. At that moment, Akira Uchiha was staring at Rope Tree as if he was observing something. Was something wrong? Chin, what's wrong? Why do you keep looking at my handsome face with those lustful eyes? Rope Tree's butt tightened. Could it be? No, how should I put it? Rope Tree, I feel like you're a little different this morning. You noticed? No, it's not like that. I really am the same as before. I haven't changed at all. Rope Tree looked away, not daring to look at Akira Uchiha's probing eyes. Did he see through me so quickly? But he wanted to hide it no matter what. After all, he just had a little sister. He had to hide it well. He could not let a pervert like Akira Uchiha know. Even if he had to lie to him, he would not hesitate. When I said you're a little different, I meant that you looked very happy this morning. And you seem to be on guard against me? That's too sharp. Akira Uchiha was right. Rope Tree was very energetic this morning. The reason he was like this was because he heard from his grandmother, Mito Vortex, that a little sister from another village would be coming to Woodleaf soon. Can you tell me? Rope Tree. We can exchange information. Isn't that the basic job of a ninja? Akira Uchiha asked. What information? Rope Tree was tempted. Was there any information in the village that he did not know? Let me think. Just now, Mikoto and I passed by a shop where there were many beautiful big sisters wearing short skirts. What did you say? Chun, we have to move quickly. Rope Tree pulled Akira Uchiha. It could be a spy from an enemy village. For the safety of the village, we have to investigate from a low angle. Chapter 34. Rope Tree pulled Akira Uchiha to the shop that he identified as a spy. Akira Uchiha felt that he had to re-evaluate Rope Tree's statement, that he wanted to start the investigation from a lower point of view. What happened to being an honest person? Therefore, he decided to withdraw the Rope Tree's label of being an honest person. It seemed that among the trio of pornography, gambling, and drugs, the one who had the greatest influence on Rope Tree was Jiraiya. He didn't expect that even Akira Uchiha would make a mistake. Perhaps tomorrow's headline in Woodleaf Daily would be like this: frowny face shocking. Jiraiya seduces thousand-hand young patriarch. Thousand-hand young patriarch actually made a shocking statement. I can't mess with him. I can't mess with him. I have to stay away from Jiraiya in the future. With Jiraiya's influence, all the single dogs in Woodleaf Village would have to listen to his orders in the future. Think about it, such a cold person like Kakashi can grow up to be a man who holds pornographic books all day long. What else was impossible? Akira Uchiha could even boldly whitewash the third Naruto's reputation. The third Naruto's use of binoculars to peep every day was definitely influenced by Jiraiya. At this time, Mikoto, who was next to Akira Uchiha, laughed. It's really interesting. Akira Uchiha looked back and saw Mikoto with a cold smile. Although Mikoto was cute when she smiled, however, the part of her eyes didn't have a smile at all. It gave people a feeling of fear just by looking at it. This feeling. It was like winter was coming. But it was only May now. Akira Uchiha quickly interrupted Rope Tree's speech. Rope Tree, we have to go to school. If we go, we might be late. That can't be helped. For the safety of the village, if I don't go, I will feel uneasy. Rope Tree hesitated. If you continue to hesitate, you will have to consider my safety. Akira Uchiha quickly said. By the way, this morning, your sister and the others will come. If Tsunade-sama finds out that you skipped class to investigate the enemy, hurry up and go to school. One night has passed, I miss Nishimura-sensei. Rope Tree immediately said. This is the Rope Tree I know. It seems that the childhood trauma brought by Tsunade is too big. After Akira Uchiha comforted Mikoto, the three continued to go to school. On the way, Chin finally figured out the reason for Rope Tree's abnormality. Your sister is coming? Akira Uchiha was surprised. Do you have a long-lost sister? Akira Uchiha wondered. No. That sister is my grandmother's clansman. According to the seniority there, she is my cousin. Rope Tree explained. Oh. Akira Uchiha dragged his voice. He finally remembered who it was. Vortex Shina Kushina. Naruto's mother, this generation's Kyuubi Manchuriki. Shina Kushina's arrival means that Mito Vortex's body can't hold on anymore. As the only person left in the first Naruto's era, he is also going to disappear. Is an era coming to an end? Akira Uchiha suddenly became silent. What's wrong? Shin. Why are you suddenly so depressed? Mikoto immediately felt the change in Akira Uchiha's mood. Nothing. Akira Uchiha replied. Rope Tree obviously didn't know about this. Even Tsunade was probably kept in the dark. After all, this was a serious matter. As a good friend, he didn't know how to tell Rope Tree. He just hoped that Rope Tree wouldn't be too depressed when the time comes. Soon, the three of them arrived at the school. Because they arrived much earlier than usual, there were very few people in the school. However, when Akira Uchiha walked into the classroom, there was a sudden noise. Hey, did you see that? I saw it, something so unbelievable happened. Hey, how could this guy? That's right, how could it be Akira Uchiha? Could it be a transformation technique? I know I'm handsome and famous, but I've never been this surprised before. Akira Uchiha was confused. Akira Uchiha immediately focused on eavesdropping on their conversation. How could Akira Uchiha? That's right, how could he come so early? Akira Uchiha really wanted to refute, but he decided to let them go for today. You guys got your lives back. But I'll write down your names in my notebook first, and I'll start with you guys the next time I earn ninja points. After a while, Watergate also came to the classroom. Hey Watergate. Good morning. Akira Uchiha immediately greeted him. As my best friend, Watergate definitely wouldn't make such a low-level mistake. He knows me. Akira Uchiha told himself. Hey, am I late? Watergate looked at Akira Uchiha with a confused expression. Well, Watergate probably needs to get his eyes treated. If anyone dares to say that Watergate is Akira Uchiha's friend in the future, he'll get angry with them. Akira Uchiha, you should go to the infirmary and have a look. There are medical ninjas there. Nishimura-sensei, who was standing on the stage, said hesitantly. Because today the trio of prostitution, gambling, and drugs is coming to train students. After all, the 3 students are in his class, so Nishimura Shogun came early in the morning. Nishimura Shogun, who came early, saw Akira Uchiha, and after hesitating for a while, he decided to let Akira Uchiha go to the infirmary to have a look. Is it so strange that I came to school early? Akira Uchiha thought speechlessly. Really, you guys are too rude. Isn't it because the Uchiha clan leader came to find me yesterday, and it put a lot of pressure on me? Brother, I'm very stressed. That's why I came earlier than usual. You guys don't have to be so surprised. Akira Uchiha kept complaining in his heart. Akira Uchiha felt extremely regretful about Nishimura-sensei's attitude. It seems that no one understands him. Is this loneliness? Akira Uchiha looked at his notes about Chakra's nature change, while waiting for the arrival of the Sannin. But the morning was almost over. The 3 of them haven't arrived yet. Hey Rope Tree, your sister didn't get caught for cheating in the casino, right? Why isn't she here yet? Akira Uchiha asked helplessly. They said that they would come this morning, but the morning was almost over. There wasn't even a shadow in sight. Well, you know, a jounin, that's usually very busy. Rope Tree tried to explain, trying to save some face for his sister. But obviously, He also knew that his sister was in a period where she didn't have any missions and had nothing to do. And when Rope Tree left in the morning, he saw his sister lying on the bed like a corpse, with no intention of getting up. In the morning, he heard from his family that Tsunade went to the casino last night and came back in the middle of the night. And the reward for this mission, including Jiraiya and Orochimaru, was all lost by her. Rope Tree, I know that Wood Leaf has been strict recently. I now suspect that Orochimaru Sama was caught by the Umbu for drug trafficking. And Jiraiya Sama may have been sent to the guards for peeping at the women's bathhouse. Akira Uchiha began to talk nonsense again. Anyway, it's not illegal to spread rumors. That's called collecting material. It's performance art, kid. Jiraiya's head was wrapped in gauze, standing at the door of the classroom. Chapter 35. At this time, Jiraiya, whose head was covered in gauze, finally appeared at the door of the classroom. Jiraiya looked at Akira Uchiha pitifully. That resentful look made Akira Uchiha's scalp tingle. Big brother, I was wrong, okay? That, Jiraiya Dage, did you really peep at the women's bathhouse and get beaten up? Rope Tree was shocked. Jiraiya's appearance was more terrifying. Although he already remembered that his sister had beaten up Jiraiya, he was not at the scene of violence. How could he know that the injury was so bad? No. Well, this is the injury I received when I was carrying out a mission for the Sandaime-sama. Super S-level mission, Super S-level. Orochimaru can testify. Jiraiya quickly found an excuse for himself. What a joke, in front of so many students. Jiraiya still needed to maintain his reputation. If people knew that he was beaten up like this by Tsunade, how could he survive in the ninja circle in the future? Jiraiya Dage, did you also investigate the shop that sold the short skirt lady? Rope Tree asked in a silly tone. Huh. In the future, if anyone called Rope Tree a fool, Akira Uchiha would be angry with them. Rope Tree obviously saw that Jiraiya's fate was a little miserable, and he was a little afraid of his sister Tsunade. Therefore, he pretended to unintentionally leak the news to Jiraiya, wanting him to test the waters and let him test the edge of danger. If Jiraiya was fine, he could justifiably investigate the enemy. Sure enough, ninjas were not easy to fool. Ah, really? The other party may be a spy from the enemy village. For the safety of the village, we must conduct a comprehensive investigation from 1 to 3 o'clock. As expected of Rope Tree's life mentor. However, after the Tsunade incident, Jiraiya was obviously still in a more vigilant state. Rope Tree, where did this news come from? Is it reliable? Jiraiya looked at Akira Uchiha vigilantly. After all, he was just deceived. That, I saw it when I passed by the shop this morning. Rope Tree answered hesitantly. After all, Akira Uchiha had told Rope Tree not to say that this important information was from him. The reason? Of course, it was because of Mikoto. Akira Uchiha wanted to live for a few days. So now, Rope Tree was the first to discover this information. Shinji was a little ashamed. After all, he had always been known as Konoha's #1 intelligence officer. Hearing that this information did not come from Uchiha-chun, Jiraiya relaxed his vigilance. He gave him an ambiguous look. Very good, Rope Tree. I'll check it later. I think Sandaime will also be very interested. It seems that Jiraiya also wants to drag Sandaime down. After the two of them finished exchanging information, Akira Uchiha, Mikoto, and Watergate were called out by Jiraiya. Akira Uchiha didn't ask Jiraiya why they were late. Obviously, Jiraiya has been looking for trouble to teach this Uchiha kid a lesson. The sun was a little hot, sprinkling on the ground through the dense leaves, showing a burst of spots. Only Orochimaru was standing under the shade of the tree. Orochimaru stood there wearing a jonin vest. But where's Tsunade? During this time, the three of us will guide you. Jiraiya pointed to Orochimaru beside him. And Tsunade, who didn't exist. This guidance will last for a week. Time is precious, so you should cherish it. So Watergate, you'll be with me. Jiraiya wanted to personally guide Akira Uchiha, and let Akira Uchiha experience what love is in his hands. However, he made an agreement with Watergate before. And Jiraiya also likes Watergate very much. Watergate is a civilian like him, so he likes Watergate very much. More importantly, he already knows that Tsunade will personally train Akira Uchiha. Then that's it. Mikoto, you'll be with me. Orochimaru's hoarse voice came. For Orochimaru's guidance, Uchiha Mikoto has no opinion. After all, Mikoto has no intention of learning medical ninjutsu. Sharingan has no advantage in medical ninjutsu. And Mikoto is not a taijutsu ninja, she's a ninjutsu ninja. Tsunade is not suitable for her. Akira Uchiha is an all-around ninja. For Akira Uchiha, he can choose anyone. What's more, Akira Uchiha's strongest point now is taijutsu, so it's just right to choose Tsunade. Most importantly, they all know that Tsunade has reserved Akira Uchiha. Yes, it's reserved. Akira Uchiha is Tsunade's dish. Tsunade wants to use his own means to train with Leaf's problem child. Well, then what should I do? Akira Uchiha asked. Tsunade mysteriously disappeared. Jiraiya looked at Akira Uchiha with bad intentions. He patted Akira Uchiha's shoulder with a smile on his face. Kid, Tsunade is waiting for you in the Thousand Hands Clan's land. By the way, don't forget to bring your wallet. Without money, Tsunade can't cure your illness. The amount of information in this sentence is a bit too much. Akira Uchiha wants to slow down. So, Tsunade wants to beat him half to death first. And then Akira Uchiha wants to pay Tsunade to let her cure him. And then Tsunade will beat him to a pulp? He can even think of such a method. Well, can I give up this time's quota? Akira Uchiha swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Sure. But then you don't need to use the money to cure your illness. Jiraiya looked at Akira Uchiha with a smile. Great. You can use the money to buy a tomb with good feng shui. It's okay, Chin. Just apologize to Tsunade, Sama properly, and she will forgive you. If apologizing was useful, why would he still need Tsunade? Jiraiya thought as he looked at the bandages on his body. Watergate, let's go. I will teach you powerful ninjutsu. You must defeat Akira Uchiha and avenge me, got it? Seeing that Akira Uchiha was being comforted by a little girl, Jiraiya was a little angry. Ahaha. Watergate smiled bitterly and followed Jiraiya away with a comforting look. Then Chun, I made it clear before the competition. I feel that outstanding students can come to me. After training with Tsunade, you can come to me for guidance. This promise is still valid. Orochimaru narrowed his eyes and said gently to Akira Uchiha. Orochimaru felt that it was a pity, but since his teammate Tsunade proposed to take Akira Uchiha, Orochimaru wouldn't not give face to Tsunade. But there will be plenty of opportunities in the future, right? Facing this scientist who will focus on developing technology, human trafficking, and conscientiously follow the call to develop poor villages, Akira Uchiha can only agree. After all, after graduation, there is a possibility that he will become Orochimaru's disciple. Orochimaru glanced at Uchiha and Mikoto with his snake eyes, and said with a slightly hoarse voice, "Follow me first." Then I'm leaving, Chun. Mikoto followed Orochimaru and disappeared from sight. Only Akira Uchiha was left standing alone. Should he go find Tsunade? Live or die? That is the question. Chapter 36. Lost sheep. That's what Akira Uchiha said about himself. So now he sympathizes with his own experience. Inexplicably crossing into this world, there's a system that always wants him to wear women's clothes. Now he's going to encounter another violent event in his life. Who can he reason with? However, Uchiha-chan still took his time and walked towards the Senju clan. After all, his life is more important. When the time comes, he'll pretend to be cute, and Tsunade will forgive him. He's only a 6-year-old child. Akira Uchiha walked on the long street, where there were emblems of the Senju clan everywhere. The Senju clan's land is actually very close to the Uchiha clan. After all, the central area is so big. However, it's also possible that it was designed to make it convenient for the first generation and Madara to meet secretly. If the Uchiha clan's land is equivalent to another Woodleaf village, then the Senju clan's land is undoubtedly a very poor border area. It's really deserted here. The Senju clan is one of the 2 cornerstones of the Woodleaf village. The Woodleaf village is now thriving, but the Senju clan is declining. It's really ironic. The Uchiha clan was once the #1 clan in the Warring States period. And they even defeated the Uchiha clan in the late Warring States period. But now, due to unknown reasons, they have withered to this point, which is really sad. No one knows when the Senju clan suddenly disappeared from the eyes of the public. Akira Uchiha never asked the rope tree about this. Now, only Tsunade and the rope tree are still active in the outside world. According to the original story, when the rope tree died, the Senju clan really became alone. Now the only people left in the Senju clan are just some small people. What happened in the end? And if you think about it again, the Uzumaki clan, the withered Senju clan, the Uchiha clan, and the Kagaya clan in the Land of Water, the fate of the descendants of Hagoromo Sannin didn't seem to be good. Akira Uchiha walks slowly to the rope tree's house. The rope tree's house is still very big. It's divided into 2 areas. The small courtyard in the back is the forbidden area of the rope tree's house. Akira Uchiha has never been to the small courtyard. On the other hand, Shinji and Tsunade lived in the front. Akira Uchiha politely knocked the door. But for a long time no one came out. Is anyone there? Akira Uchi asked. Is Tsunade? Akira Uchiha. So Akira Uchiha knocked the door again. But still no one came out. Did Tsunade go out? It shouldn't be. In the morning, the rope tree said that his sister is in the house and won't go out today. Akira Uchiha had no choice but to use his self-created ninjutsu, wall-jumping jutsu. Chun exerted strength in his legs and jumped into the courtyard with a single step. Then Akira Uchiha went directly to Tsunade's house. After all, he came to the rope tree several times, so he's familiar with the buildings here. He knows where Tsunade's house is. He stopped at the door. Bang bang bang. I must pay attention to my manners, Akira Uchiha said to himself. Tsunade-sama, are you there? Akira Uchiha asked gently. Still no one said anything, but he could faintly hear voices in the house. Akira Uchiha noticed a half-closed window on the left side. Akira Uchiha wanted to look in from the window. But now Akira Uchiha is only 6 years old, so he can't see the situation inside. In that case, Chun had no choice but to walk towards the window, and with a push of his feet, he jumped through the window. What came into his view was a large living room. There was a beautiful golden sofa and a coffee table in the living room. And on the left wall, there was a bookcase with a whole shelf of books. Akira Uchiha squinted his eyes. He wanted to see if there were any books about wood release or immortal arts. But there wasn't a single one about ninjutsu. The cupboard was filled with beautifully formulated books. 10 Ways to Catch a Swindler, 10 Advantages of Gambling. Akira Uchiha heard a faint voice in the air. The sound of snoring in the bedroom. It turned out that the bastard Tsunade was still sleeping. Akira Uchiha felt a bit ashamed that he had the idea that Tsunade was cultivating. He actually waited for so long in vain. Akira Uchiha was furious. He wanted to pull Tsunade out of her sleep. Bang bang bang. Akira Uchiha stepped on an empty wine bottle. The empty wine bottle was like a bowling ball, hitting the ground. What the hell? Akira Uchiha's eyes twitched. How can there be such a thing? Is Tsunade really only 16 years old? Not only does she gamble, she also drinks. The goddess is disillusioned. Akira Uchiha looked over. At his feet were empty wine bottles, messy leftover lunchboxes, and uncleaned floor. Stinky brat, what do you want? Tsunade was awakened by the sound of the wine bottle. She was wearing pajamas, rubbing her eyes, as if she had just woken up. She walked out of the bedroom in a daze. Didn't I tell you to come back tomorrow morning? Why are you here now? Tsunade said. As expected of Tsunade. She didn't care that her pajamas were untidy. After all, Akira Uchiha was only 6 years old. But a 16-year-old Tsunade wasn't much to look at. She was still flat-chested. It's already noon, Lord Tsunade. Akira Uchiha reminded helplessly. Is that so? What the hell? It's already so late. Then I'll go take a nap first. After dawdling for a long time, Tsunade finally packed her clothes. They went to the Thousand Hands clan's training ground. Akira Uchiha revealed a cute smile. At this time, Tsunade also revealed a smile. Don't try to act cute in front of me, it's useless. Tsunade-sama, I can explain. Akira Uchiha braced herself and said. Explain? I don't need this kind of thing. Brat, don't say I didn't give you a chance. My current medical ninjutsu is one of the best in Wood Leaf. You know, although I didn't roll my eyes after all, medical ninjutsu also needs to understand the human body. Understanding the human body? Akira Uchiha inexplicably shuddered. Although Wood Leaf is not allowed to kill companions, as long as I don't kill you it's fine. So, I can stab you 30 times at most, and I won't hit your vital parts. Tsunade revealed a very gentle smile. Grit your teeth and accept my teachings. As long as you can satisfy me today, I can let you go. Otherwise, I can also challenge my limit today and try the feeling of 31 slashes. Chapter 37. The sun shone on the ground, and the training ground was very quiet at this time. Akira Uchiha sighed. It seems that the negotiation failed. His face fruit development is not in place, and it will not have any effect on a jonin like Tsunade. In that case, he can only use his hidden strength to let Tsunade sing. Don't be afraid, just do it. Although he definitely can't beat her, it's impossible to beat her before graduation. Tsunade is both stingy and barbaric, and she is also overbearing. But this is not the reason why Akira Uchiha is afraid of her. Akira Uchiha's eyes quickly swept around. He is making an assessment of the surrounding environment. Ninja's use of the terrain is very important. But there is no shelter around. In terms of taijutsu, the other party is a jonin who specializes in taijutsu. In terms of chakra, the other party is from the Senju clan. In terms of genjutsu, it will be broken by the other party. He will be suppressed in all aspects. The only advantages he had were probably his intelligence and looks. Tsunade shouldn't use her full strength against him. This is his only chance. Tsunade moved her shoulders a little. Then she hooked her finger at Akira Uchiha. Kid, come on. Her tone was full of provocation and disdain. I can't bear it. Akira Uchiha quickly took out his shuriken and kunai from the ninja bag. The shuriken in his right hand was immediately thrown out by Akira Uchiha. And then Akira Uchiha also threw out the kunai in his left hand. The kunai immediately collided with the shuriken and went towards Tsunade. Then Akira Uchiha quickly ran towards Tsunade. Oh, Uchiha throwing jutsu. Tsunade didn't dodge in a fancy way. She just punched the ground. And then a stone slab was directly grabbed by her and blocked in front of her. The kunai and shuriken both hit it. Akira Uchiha's eyes twitched. Even the substitution technique is disdained? Boorish, too boorish. Tsunade waved her hand. And the huge stone slab in her hand was directly thrown by her. The huge stone slab directly broke through the air at a very fast speed, like a huge cannonball. Akira Uchiha stopped running and immediately dodged. What a joke, this is too exaggerated. If he was hit by this speed, he would become a meat bun. Tsunade quickly closed in, she punched over. Her fists are covered with chakra, and it's not something that can be stopped by Chen's small body. Looking at the delicate fist coming towards him, Chen countered with a kunai and stabbed it with a kunai. Tsunade twisted her left leg, and Akira Uchiha's leg was driven by her. Akira Uchiha immediately became unstable. Tsunade blocked the kunai, then grabbed the collar of Akira Uchiha's trench coat and swung it. Akira Uchiha's whole body was thrown out by Tsunade's huge strength. Akira Uchiha, who was in the air, was a little confused. With Tsunade's speed and strength just now, she shouldn't be at the level of a jonin. Do you look down on me so much? Swish, swish, swish. Akira Uchiha, who was still in the air, quickly threw out the shuriken. Since ordinary shuriken didn't work, then use this move. Scatter shuriken. It's useless, this kind of trick. Tsunade crossed her hands with an indifferent expression. Akira Uchiha didn't move. He touched the band wrapped around his wrist with his fingers. There were some black lines on it. This is a special item sold by Cat Granny to summon ninja tools, and it belongs to the same kind of item as the space scroll used by Tian Tian. Akira Uchiha crossed his hands. He touched the band on his left and right wrists, and suddenly two black shurikens appeared on his fingertips. Whoosh! Then he threw them out without hesitation. After Akira Uchiha landed, his arms began to quickly and repeatedly wave, and the shurikens that were thrown towards Tsunade changed from only a few to more than a dozen. Akira Uchiha's speed of throwing shurikens was very fast, and all of them were very accurate. They all attacked Tsunade. Tsunade just wanted to quickly dodge Akira Uchiha's shurikens. Whoosh! Whoosh! Akira Uchiha's hand movements suddenly became several times faster. That movement was like a phantom, and it was so fast that it was dazzling. The shurikens that were originally thrown towards Tsunade were suddenly densely packed, and they flew directly towards him like insects. Look at my torrential storm of pear blossom shuriken technique. Hundreds of shurikens poured down like a heavy rain. With such a dense shurikens, Tsunade couldn't escape with speed. Tsunade's eyes became serious. To use hundreds of shurikens in such a short time, it took crazy hard practice to reach this level. I know Uchiha's shurikens are powerful, but you don't have to be so exaggerated. If you're not careful, you'll be shot into a sieve. No wonder Rope Tree has always been envious of this shuriken technique. It's really cool. For a taijutsu ninja like Tsunade, this kind of long-range attack is indeed effective. At this moment, the overwhelming black shadows and the dense shurikens were like a big net, blocking Tsunade's retreat. Earth Release, Earth Flow Wall. Tsunade could only use ninjutsu to resist. She didn't plan to use ninjutsu. The densely packed shurikens hit the wall like bullets. Tsunade stood there and raised her leg. Heaven Show Kick. A huge crack along the ground attacked Akira Uchiha. He could only stop the shurikens and quickly dodge. Shurikens are useless against Tsunade, and his ninjutsu is too weak to hit Tsunade, so he can only waste chakra. And he only has a moment to use the illusion. So, what should he do? Tsunade quickly closed in. It seems that she didn't want to give Akira Uchiha a chance to attack from a distance. Akira Uchiha immediately made a hand seal, and several clones appeared in the training ground. This is the strongest body technique he has mastered. Oh, Uchiha Kagami's special body flicker jutsu. Tsunade was also surprised. Chapter 38. Looking at the shadow clone in front of him, Akira Uchiha's eyes twitched a little. What's Zefak? He worked so hard for a long time, but it's just Tsunade's shadow clone. Is this the common problem of Konoha's jonin after becoming a teacher? At this time, Akira Uchiha suddenly heard the system's voice in his ear. Congratulations to the host for defeating Tsunade's genin-level shadow clone. Special reward of 3,000 ninja points. As the host defeated a genin-level ninja for the first time, special reward of 2,000 ninja points. At this time, the system information changed. Host's remaining ninja points, 5,100 points. Ha! Akira Uchiha was stunned. How is Tsunade's shadow clone limited to genin level? Then why is it so hard for me to fight? This doesn't make sense. It's not like Chin has never seen a genin fight before. It shouldn't be. Akira Uchiha's system evaluation is the existence of a genin boss. And Tsunade's shadow clone strength is only at the genin level. System, what's wrong with you? Akira Uchiha was about to ask the system what's going on. At this time, Tsunade's figure appeared on the training ground. Not bad, little brat. I thought you could only wait for my shadow clone chakra to be exhausted before you can defeat my shadow clone. Tsunade said to Akira Uchiha with a smile. She patted Akira Uchiha's shoulder lightly, and Akira Uchiha almost couldn't stabilize his body. She's worthy of being violent, Tsunade. In terms of strength, even a ninja like Reikage is not Tsunade's opponent. I didn't expect you to have this kind of strength at the age of 6. What a genius. My shadow clone strength is deliberately maintained at the genin level. Tsunade praised Akira Uchiha. Tsunade didn't care about the previous things. After all, she wouldn't really get angry with a 6-year-old child. As for Jiraiya, so be it if you hit me. Anyway, it wasn't the first time. However, Tsunade was still very happy. She touched Akira Uchiha's head. How about it? Are you interested in graduating now? I can talk to the 3rd-generation old man, and let you be my student. Tsunade excitedly asked. Akira Uchiha turned his head and dodged Tsunade's head-touching attack. I've always been the one touching other people's heads. No one has ever dared to treat me like this. Tsunade, you're amazing. Don't you know that you can't touch a man's head? Akira Uchiha squinted at Tsunade. TSK, he's just a little brat. In a few years, when you've matured, you can come back and prove that you're a man. Tsunade gently lifted Akira Uchiha's chin with one hand and said. Akira Uchiha's little face blushed. When did he see such a posture in his previous life? After all, he was just a single dog. Haha, blushing. You're really a little brother. Akira Uchiha's face was pained. In this aspect, he didn't seem to be Tsunade's opponent. How about it? Come on. Come and be my student after graduation. When I was young, I was a genius more powerful than you. At that time, Jiraiya and Orochimaru were defeated by me. Tsunade crazily gilded her face. And I've never been a teacher, Tsunade happily said. This sentence was the main point. Akira Uchiha felt that he seemed to have become Tsunade's fun toy. So Akira Uchiha decisively interrupted Tsunade's fantasy. That's Tsunade-sama. When do we start training? After all, the training time is only 7 days. So far, half of the first day has passed, and he hasn't learned anything. But looking at Tsunade's appearance, it was clear that he wanted to be lazy and kill time. Forget it, who told him to be a jonin? Sorry, jonin can really do whatever he wants. Tsunade, who was reminded by Akira Uchiha, coughed twice. Sigh, children are impatient. I'm thinking about your future. You're really. Know that. Tsunade's reproachful gaze shot straight at him. Brown eyes like two lasers, directly shot at Akira Uchiha's face. That's right, Akira Uchiha. What about your tuition for this week? Did you pay it? Tsunade asked with his hands crossed. If possible, Akira Uchiha hoped that Tsunade could explain clearly. What the hell is tuition? Isn't this a free week of guidance? Why does it have to be tuition? Facing Akira Uchiha's contemptuous gaze, Tsunade's expression didn't change. It's free. But you know how much money I lose if I don't do missions for a week. I have to take care of the rope tree every day. There's also your food, accommodation, medical fees, and training ground fees for a week. Which one of them doesn't cost money? And look at this place, it was destroyed by your battle just now. Don't you need to repair it? Tsunade narrowed his eyes and asked. This place was obviously destroyed by you, Tsunade-sama. Stop. Tsunade-sama, you don't have to be polite with me. Isn't it just a little money? Anyway, I don't have it. Think about it. Where would I get that kind of money when I'm so poor? Akira Uchiha looked at Tsunade and knew what she wanted the money for. After all, Tsunade had just spent all of Jiraiya's mission rewards and owed a huge debt to the casino. Tsunade thought for a moment and nodded. That's right. You really don't have much money probably. Akira Uchiha nodded. It's good that you know. I heard that young men's kidneys can be sold for a good price. Tsunade said. Do you think I would sell my kidneys just to raise money for you? Tsunade-sama, how much do you like to gamble? Ha. What are you talking about? I don't really understand. How could I do such a thing? Tsunade could clearly feel cold sweat spurting out from the pores all over his body. The other party was too sharp. She even knew about this? Could it be that the Wood Leaf people knew that he had lost all of his mission rewards? Could it be that Jiraiya had told him? Master Jiraiya, let's go quickly. It's not good to peep, Lil Watergate said behind Jiraiya with a bitter smile. Watergate, you don't understand. Finding the right materials was a major subject. My teacher, the third-generation Naruto, once said something, and I've always followed it as a motto. He said that gathering materials not only trains your stealth ability, but also your ability to observe the surrounding information. And most importantly, achoo. Jiraiya suddenly sneezed, his whole body cold. Who is talking behind my back? Someone is peeping. Who, where? Jiraiya's sneeze just now exposed them. Jiraiya grabbed Watergate and ran. Most importantly, it can train your escape ability. Hurry up and run, Minato. If you're caught, you'll be sent to the guard. Chapter 39. Being a ninja is a symbol of power, but also a symbol of responsibility. While we have power, we have to protect the people who are important to us. Tsunade crossed her arms and instilled her understanding of ninja into Akira Uchiha. A ninja without faith can't control their own power, and they can't grow into a person who can take charge of things. So Chin, what is your wish? As a teacher, I need to know this. Tsunade pushed the non-existent glasses on her face and asked. At this time, she was completely immersed in the role of a teacher. Role-playing. As expected of Tsunade Haim. She's very good at role-playing. Of course, asking for wishes has always been a reserved program in Woodleaf Village. The main purpose of this segment is to understand their group of future ninjas, so that they can make a good guide for the children with problems in time. Of course, the end result is often a slap in the face. Among those who said their wish, except for the protagonist, it seems that there are few who can fulfill it. Tsunade was also curious about Akira Uchiha's wish. After all, as a genius, the circuit is always different from others. Most importantly, as a child of the Uchiha clan, Akira Uchiha's personality is somewhat incompatible with most Uchiha people. Akira Uchiha's father is the teammate of the third-generation old man, and the disciple of her second grandfather. There was such a relationship between them. Tsunade wanted to guide this child of the Uchiha clan well. Wish. Akira Uchiha raised his head 45 degrees, showing a melancholy expression. He looked at the white clouds floating in the sky, the breeze blew his handsome trench coat, his black hair was slightly curled, and he was about to gently make a handsome pose. The biggest problem of a new teacher is that he has no patience, probably. So Tsunade's hand ruffled Akira Uchiha's hair, and impatiently urged. Tell me quickly. You're dragging your feet. She's even more sissy than Orochimaru. Orochimaru. I'm just being calm. Speaking of wishes, Akira Uchiha felt a little emotional. As a veteran who had transmigrated for many years, Akira Uchiha had already integrated into the life here. However, Akira Uchiha still retained the distinct traces of the past. Perhaps he was sometimes a little off-topic, a little unreliable, and would make some harmless jokes, but he really cherished the friends around him. Akira Uchiha thought for a moment and said, I was thinking about being a ninja in the future, and casually making some money. Then he married a woman who was neither beautiful nor ugly and had 2 children. The first was a girl and the second was a boy. When the eldest daughter gets married and the son is able to stand on his own, I will retire from my ninja job. After that, I'll live a leisurely life of playing chess or go every day. Then, I'll die of old age before my wife. That's what I want to live. Akira Uchiha repeated Shikamaru's famous dream. He knew that this kind of life was impossible. There were many dangers in the future. Bang! Tsunade punched Akira Uchiha in the head. If I didn't know, I would have thought that you were a decadent middle-aged uncle writing novels. You're even more pretentious than Jiraiya. Jiraiya. I'm an artistic youth. Can't you have your own pursuits? Who are you kidding? In Tsunade's view, Akira Uchiha was undoubtedly perfunctory. TSK shallow woman. When you reach my mental age, you'll understand how extravagant these are. Akira Uchiha said disdainfully. Okay. Then have you never thought of becoming Naruto? Tsunade asked. Huh. Isn't this Roquetree's life goal? If I become Naruto, Roquetree won't have a chance. Won't he have no life goal in the future? Well, you're really considerate of your friends. Tsunade curled his lips. That's right. Do you think Naruto's dream is so easy to achieve? As the grandson of the first Hokage, Roquetree was the most arrogant, so he died at the age of 12. Obito also rushed towards the Hokage. You see, the Hokage is too miserable, he will soon be dead. Watergate was the father of the protagonist, so he died not long after becoming Naruto. So Naruto's position is likely to be cursed. Uchiha Madara? Could it be him? After all, as Naruto's dream chaser, his position as Naruto was stolen by the first Hokage and second Hokage, so you can imagine how much resentment he has. Naruto third Hokage knew that this position was not good, so he always thought of his good friend Danzo and didn't let Danzo become Naruto. That's why Danzo was able to live until his 60s and 70s. But Danzo didn't listen, and when he became Naruto, he immediately died on the street. After chatting for a while, Tsunade began to teach Akira Uchiha. This is the training ground of the Senju clan. Usually no one else comes here. For the next week, you will live here. Of course, whether it's water or food, they all depend on your performance. If I'm not satisfied, then sorry, I'll cancel your supply. As a ninja, the most important thing is, of course, strength. Strength is the only thing that will keep us alive. So for a ninja, it's very important to know your own strength. Tsunade paused and continued to say to Akira Uchiha, in this training, I won't teach you much ninjutsu, genjutsu or taijutsu. But what I will teach you is the most basic thing. That is the precision of chakra. You should have felt it too. When you fought with my shadow clone, it was very difficult for you. Obviously your ninjutsu, taijutsu, shuriken, and genjutsu are very good. This is because your control of chakra is not enough. A ninja has to carefully control his chakra. Don't think that you don't care about chakra because you have a lot of chakra. Because there will always be someone who has more chakra than you. So, at that time, ninjas compete with the ability to control chakra. If your control of chakra is more precise, then for the same power of ninjutsu, you will consume less chakra. And the ability to control a ninjutsu is also related to the control of chakra. Whether it is the change of chakra nature or the change of chakra form, these high-end things are inseparable from the control of chakra. I know that you are very talented in genjutsu. I am not in genjutsu ninja, but I also know that genjutsu has a very high requirement for chakra. If your control of chakra is very precise, then when using genjutsu, the power will be greatly improved, and the error tolerance will be relaxed to a considerable extent. The most important thing is that your control of chakra is strong enough. Then, no matter what level of ninja the opponent is, it will be difficult to find traces of genjutsu. Akira Uchiha nodded. In Akira Uchiha's view, chakra's control is really important. The amount of chakra has a lot to do with the body's physique. Like the Uzumaki clan and the Senju clan, they are born with a huge amount of chakra. But chakra's control is different. It can be improved through continuous practice. Tsunade is very qualified to be a teacher, except for her impatience, bad temper, gambling, laziness, and she likes to scare Akira Uchiha. In other aspects, Tsunade is very good. Akira Uchiha felt comfortable with Tsunade. He didn't feel the decadent atmosphere of the manga. In the manga, Tsunade, one of the Woodleaf Sannin, after experiencing the death of Rope Tree and Duan, and facing so many killings, she gradually became very negative about life. Then, after suffering from sepsis, she brought Shizen and left the village that she had lived in for several decades. If it weren't for the fact that there was nothing worth remembering in the village, Tsunade would not have left. The current Tsunade also likes to gamble, but it is just a hobby. The future Tsunade, on the other hand, sees it as a way to escape from reality. Chun, what are you thinking about? Tsunade's voice brought Akira Uchiha back to reality. Nothing. Akira Uchiha shook his head. I was just thinking about what kind of dream you have, sensei. Me. Tsunade's eyes revealed a clear look of reminiscence. There was even a slight smile on her face. After a long time, however, she shook her head. A very small dream. Chapter 40. Akira Uchiha was sitting alone on the training ground. Suddenly, a cloud of chakra appeared in his hand. Then he controlled the chakra and divided the chakra into 5 small chakra. Then the 5 chakra accurately drilled into the 5 kunai's small holes. Akira Uchiha exhaled. He has completed the 4th stage of chakra control. For chakra control, the manga only talked about very simple steps of treading water and climbing trees. But this way of controlling chakra is too rough. And for this kind of basic training, Akira Uchiha has completed it very early. He often controls the intensity of chakra to release small ninjutsu to exercise his chakra control. In the past, Akira Uchiha always thought that his chakra control was very precise. But he didn't expect there to be a higher level. Tsunade is indeed a master in this field. According to the method taught by Tsunade, he can now successfully divide a large cloud of chakra into several small parts, and then accurately insert them into the small holes of the kunai. Akira Uchiha felt that the chakra he used to release the same power of ninjutsu is much less than before. The release of genjutsu is also more secretive. Now Akira Uchiha is going to proceed to the next stage of training. A cloud of chakra appeared in his hand. He took out a leaf. After he placed the leaf into the chakra ball, the leaf was shredded by the seemingly gentle release of the chakra. Failure. Akira Uchiha once again focused all his attention to maintain the stability of the chakra release, and then carefully put the leaf in his left hand again. This time, his control was a little better. The leaves rotated in the chakra mass, and then they were crushed by the chakra of the uncontrollable direction. More than half an hour later, looking at the broken leaves on the ground, and then looking at the chakra that has been rotating in his hand, Akira Uchiha showed a satisfied smile. Although the result is not ideal, it is not easy to get to this point in such a short time. That's right, this stage is to control the direction of chakra. Generally speaking, chakra does irregular Brownian motion. Chakra is very violent, and it is very difficult to control all the chakra to move in one direction. For people with good control of chakra, they can control the direction of chakra and make it do regular movements. To put it bluntly, this stage of precision control of chakra is very similar to the initial prototype of Rasengan. Akira Uchiha doesn't know how Watergate developed Rasengan. It is very likely that the precision control of ninjutsu reached this stage, and then observed the Bijadama and got inspiration. Of course, learning Rasengan ninjutsu and developing Rasengan ninjutsu are two different things. Mastering a ninjutsu may not take a long time for a talented person. Naruto and Sasuke both learned A-level ninjutsu when they were genin. They practiced it according to the original story. But learning ninjutsu is just learning. Their strength is still at the level of a chunin, and there will not be a particularly large increase in their strength. But if you want to develop a new ninjutsu from the beginning to the end, the meaning is far different. In the original story, Watergate also developed this ninjutsu after 3 years. Watergate is constantly improving the shape of chakra and the precision control of chakra. In this process, you need to learn a lot on your own. And as soon as Watergate developed this ninjutsu, he immediately had the top strength. This is not because he mastered Rasengan, but because he continued to learn and grow in the process of development. This experience will benefit him for a lifetime. Although ninjutsu is also very important, ninjutsu is not everything. Therefore, for Uchiha-chun, it doesn't make any sense to develop Rasengan according to the manga's method. This will not help his control of chakra. For him, except for an A-level ninjutsu and a genius reputation, there is no other qualitative increase in his strength. And more importantly, Akira Uchiha's chakra can't support an A-level ninjutsu Rasengan. After all, he is only 6 years old. When Akira Uchiha finished his day of training, the time at the moment has changed from 11 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Akira Uchiha squinted at the sky. The sun has passed through the bumpy clouds, the west, rendering the unique wood-leaf dusk. Akira Uchiha had to pack up and prepare to leave the training ground. These days, he has been living in Tsunade's house. Of course, it's not cohabitation. Tsunade's house is very big. There are a lot of empty rooms in the yard. Akira Uchiha walked very carefully. He carefully observed his surroundings. He was already having a nervous breakdown. In such a few days, Tsunade launched a total of dozens of sneak attacks on him. And the difficulty of the sneak attack has changed from the beginning to the end of the sneak attack. Because Chun couldn't believe that one of the blades of grass he was walking on was actually Tsunade's conjured. You also can't imagine that Tsunade would put an explosive charm in your quilt, although the explosion is very weak. Tsunade was very happy with this kind of prank, and she was very good at it. In her own words, this is to cultivate the vigilance of a ninja. Could it be that the rope tree grew up happily in such an environment? No wonder, no wonder. Akira Uchiha looked at Rope Tree with a strange feeling. How should he put it? At first glance, Rope Tree is a cool boy, but his expression, movements, and even his overall temperament makes people think of an idiot. In this kind of environment, he will be tortured to the point of becoming an idiot. Although Tsunade always said that she is teaching seriously. However, in Akira Uchiha's eyes, Tsunade's methods are despicable and shameless. Tsunade is just treating him as a toy to satisfy her pranks. Thanks to Tsunade's carefully practiced sneak attacks and high-intensity battles, Akira Uchiha's points have been increasing crazily recently. Akira Uchiha's ability to guard against traps has also greatly improved. Although Uchiha-chan didn't dare to say how much his strength has improved over the past week, Uchiha-chan didn't dare to say. But his control of chakra precision, his grasp and control of despicable things, well, and his ability to escape, he's definitely first class. Akira Uchiha sneaked back to his room. Akira Uchiha took a breath. It seems that Tsunade is not here tonight. Tsunade occasionally doesn't come home at night. In her words, this is to allow Akira Uchiha to balance work and rest appropriately. In fact, there is only one possibility in this situation. And that is, she used the money that she cheated from God knows where to gamble again. Uchiha-chan had some money in his pocket, but he didn't want to waste it. Then on the first night, when Akira Uchiha was asleep, Tsunade took it away in the middle of the night. Then, Tsunade threw a mini detonation tag into his quilt. Therefore, Akira Uchiha just wants to end this crazy training as soon as possible. Chapter 41. The whole house was dark, and no lights were turned on. Akira Uchiha walked to the door, and was about to open the door to enter his room. Someone's here. Uchiha-chan immediately stopped, and he quickly got up from the ground. Then he took out a kunai from the ninja bag on his waist. The kunai's black color shined. Humph. It must be that bastard Tsunade. Tomorrow will be the last day, and then this week's training will be over. And Tsunade actually sneaked into his room. Sneak attack me again? As for whether it's Rope Tree in the room, it can't be him. That day when Jiraiya came to Rope Tree, they discussed and secretly investigated the short skirt sister. Then Tsunade, who used the transformation jutsu to become grass, heard it. So recently, Rope Tree found an excuse to go to Jiraiya to practice and hide from Tsunade. Akira Uchiha narrowed his eyes and quickly made a hand seal. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu is a B-class ninjutsu. This is the ninjutsu he got from Tsunade. Shadow Clone Jutsu can create the same body as the caster, and chakra will be divided equally between each clone. Compared to the clone created by ordinary jutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu can be said to be flawless. This is a ninjutsu that can create a physical body. For Akira Uchiha, controlling his own chakra is very simple. So he learned this ninjutsu on the first time. Akira Uchiha and his shadow clone looked at each other, and then nodded. The shadow clone twisted the doorknob, and deliberately made a sound while twisting the doorknob. Under the cover of the sound, Akira Uchiha quietly opened the window, then turned over and quietly jumped. Strange, Tsunade on the bed didn't seem to react. Tsunade didn't launch an attack on the shadow clone. Continue to pretend to be asleep? This again. First, he purposely revealed a flaw and then lured me in? It doesn't exist. Akira Uchiha showed an expression of understanding. He directly took out a few mini-explosive charms from his ninja bag. These mini-explosive charms were obtained from the Rope Tree. Therefore, the Rope Tree who made the explosive talisman was simply a beast. This kind of explosive talisman retained the sound of a normal explosive talisman, but its power was greatly reduced. When it exploded, the power would only be like a firecracker. It was the first time that Tsunade had used this kind of explosive talisman on Akira Uchiha's bed. In that instant, his hair stood on end, and he felt like he was going to die. Then, right in front of Tsunade, he was so scared that he started to drip some unknown liquid on the bed. What a disgrace. He would never be able to raise his head again. So it was no wonder that the Rope Tree was killed by the explosive talisman in the end. Was this karma? I'll return these mini-explosive talismans to you, Tsunade. It doesn't matter if you're really asleep or not. The mini-explosive talisman was instantly thrown out by Akira Uchiha. The explosive talisman made a crackling sound on the bed. The person on the bed seemed to have been awakened by the sound of the explosive talisman. The person woke up in a daze and suddenly noticed a spark in the darkness. Explosive talisman. Save. Save me. The person's tone and actions gave Akira Uchiha an extremely uneasy and abnormal feeling of panic. Her acting skills were superb. Even her voice, Tsunade deliberately changed it to the voice of a 6 or 7-year-old child. Akira Uchiha felt that Tsunade's acting skills as a ninja were simply blind. If she went to film a movie, she'd definitely be a movie queen. If she didn't win an award, he would live without suffering. Bang! Suddenly, a loud sound was heard. Then, the explosive talisman emitted sparks and gently exploded on the bed. Tsunade, who was on the bed, seemed to be in a daze. What's going on? Akira Uchiha felt that something was wrong. With Tsunade's skills, how could she not be able to dodge it? Her acting skills are a little exaggerated. Young people nowadays need to improve their acting skills. Sensei? Akira Uchiha asked carefully. Could it be that I scared Tsunade, one of the Woodleaf Sannin? Seeing that Tsunade, who was on the bed, did not react, Akira Uchiha quickly turned on the lights. After turning on the lights, he saw that it was not Tsunade on the bed. It was a little girl who was only 5 or 6 years old. Her red hair was draped over her shoulders, and she was wearing a cute pink pajamas. However, her eyes were a little dull. It seems like she's stupid. Akira Uchiha already knew who the other party was. Uzumaki Shinakushina. Oh no, what a scam. Why is this scammer sleeping in my room? Shinakushina, who was an important strategic resource, is now stupid because of me. What should I do? Do you want to defect immediately? At this time the devil came out and tempted Akira Uchiha. Don't, your friends are all in Woodleaf. The angel also came out to persuade him. Don't be stupid. You've now made Woodleaf strategic resource stupid. Woodleaf will not let you go. The devil was not to be outdone. You're the stupid one. Shinakushina is secretly protected by the Umbu. Where do you want to run to? Who cares where he goes? It's not too late to leave quickly. Whether it's to eat sand in the wind country or soil in the earth country, anywhere is fine. Leave tonight. Either the fish dies or the net splits. The devil continued to persuade him. What you said makes sense, makes sense. The angel nodded. Hey angel, you're too easy to persuade. Since it's like this, it's decided. Akira Uchiha immediately prepared to leave. I want to duel with you. Vortex Shinakushina, who came back to her senses, looked like she was going to eat Akira Uchiha. Oh no. At this time, Shinakushina had already entered Super Saiyan mode. Her hair was already standing up. The overflowing murderous aura could actually make one's skin tingle. I want to kill you. Let me break all your hands and feet. One by one neatly. Vortex Shinakushina made such a majestic declaration. So scary. Looking at Shinakushina, who had completely gone berserk, Akira Uchiha couldn't help but hold his head. Shinakushina took out a kunai from under her pillow. Huh? Why would she put a kunai under her pillow? How insecure would that be? Akira Uchiha was about to escape when he suddenly raised his head and saw Shinakushina trembling. I hate ninjas. I don't care if they're from Konoha or other places. I just want to go home. Shinakushina's voice suddenly became intermittent. Just when Akira Uchiha felt strange, a drop of transparent liquid suddenly slid down her snow-white face. What? Hey, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. Akira Uchiha hurriedly apologized. For a moment, Akira Uchiha didn't know what to do. The kunai suddenly fell on the quilt. Her tears fell from her big eyes. Shinakushina covered her eyes with both hands, desperately trying to suppress her voice. Her shoulders trembled, and she couldn't stop sobbing. Akira Uchiha looked at the somewhat helpless girl in front of him and fell silent. There was a sense of sadness in the air. Chapter 42. Tsunade walks alone on the long road. Now she is in a very good mood, because she went gambling this afternoon and finally won money. And she won a lot of money. Aha! It seems that my gambling skills have improved recently. Moreover, the Uchiha brat at home is about to get out. Everything is very pleasant recently. I can comfortably slack off for a while again. As for someone who will be unlucky as soon as I win money, it's none of my business. Whether it's Jiraiya, Orochimaru, or Akira Uchiha's brat. It has nothing to do with me. If they are unlucky, then so be it. Anyway, it's not me who is unlucky. Tsunade happily hums a song and walks into her house. She squints and perceives the dark group outside her house. For these people, Tsunade knew about them. They should be here to monitor and protect Shinakushina. Although she still doesn't know why Wood Leaf mobilizes so many people for Shinakushina. But as long as it can make her grandmother happy, it's okay. After all, they are her grandmother's clansmen. These dark group can't enter the yard. They can only stay outside to protect. After all, no one wants a group of people to hide in their house and monitor. Tsunade walks into the gate. She remembers Shinakushina. She still likes Shinakushina very much. Although Shinakushina just came today, Tsunade immediately likes her. Tsunade looks very careless, but she can still perceive Shinakushina's loneliness and fear. What a gentle and kind sister. For a 6-year-old child, it's normal to be afraid when she just comes to a strange environment. She doesn't know if she has fallen asleep. She decides to see Shinakushina. She slowly approaches Shinakushina's house. But it's dark inside. Is she asleep? Tsunade gently pushes the door open. But there is no breath of Shinakushina in the house. Is there no one? Tsunade immediately touches Shinakushina's bed and finds that the quilt is cold. Oh no. Is Shinakushina taken away? Tsunade immediately goes out of the door. She wants to go to her grandmother's backyard to take a look. Then she passes by Akira Uchiha's room. She sees that the light in the room is still on. But there is a girl's crying sound. What the hell? Tsunade immediately. She carefully put her ear to the door. Then she heard intermittent sounds coming from inside. Yes. Although the voice was a voice, it was Akira Uchiha's voice. That. I didn't mean. Uchiha-chan seemed to be constantly apologizing. What happened? Tsunade's. Just now, that was just for a moment. It shouldn't hurt, right? Just for a moment. Hurt. Tsunade's brain immediately starts to fill in the gaps. What would hurt in a moment? Tsunade's mind uncontrollably goes to an exciting and unfamiliar place. What is going on? The voice inside is intermittent, and she can't hear it clearly. Tsunade decided to change a door with poor soundproofing tomorrow. That. I will take responsibility. Tsunade's face immediately turns ugly. Even Akira Uchiha has to take responsibility. Something big happened. Shinakushina was not in her room at night, and now she is in Akira Uchiha's room. He has to take responsibility. No matter how stupid Tsunade is, she knows what happened. What to do? What to do? Although the other party is Uchiha, she is still Tsunade's first student. She wanted to guide her, but she didn't expect something to happen now. If she reports, Akira Uchiha will definitely be taken away by the dark group and then thrown into the lake. But if she doesn't report, Shinakushina is her sister. She can't wait any longer. After weighing the pros and cons, Tsunade kicks the door open. Tsunade's brain is in a trance. The scene in front of her is like this. Shinakushina is sitting on the bed in her pajamas. She is a little nervous and scared. And beside her bed is a kunai. It is obvious that Shinakushina wants to commit suicide. At this moment, Akira Uchiha's ugly face is close to Shinakushina. He is holding a piece of tissue in his hand and is wiping Shinakushina's tears. Shinakushina is staring with her big eyes. Her face is red like a tomato. Is it because she is scared? Shinakushina, don't be afraid. I'm here to save you. Close your eyes. Tsunade says quickly. After all, she will see blood in a while. She can't scare Shinakushina. A gentle and kind-hearted child. This is a secondary injury. Akira Uchiha stares blankly at Tsunade, who broke the door. Everything came out of the blue. Tsunade's soft hair is tied up like a golden ponytail, and there is a faint shampoo fragrance. Looking at the door that was broken by Tsunade, Akira Uchiha's eyes twitch. Is this another round of Tsunade's sneak attack? How despicable. She didn't expect Akira Uchiha to be able to calmly analyze the situation from an objective point of view. Tsunade-ne-san. Shinakushina's voice came from the side, and for some reason, Akira Uchiha is a little concerned. Akira Uchiha, Clench your teeth and accept your death. Huh? What? This joke is too big. Wait a minute. I don't know anything, Akira Uchiha has never felt such a strong killing intent. Tsunade's eyes seem to reveal a serious emotion that has never been seen before. Then what happened next is really beyond Akira Uchiha's expectations. Tsunade is like a galloping horse, taking a step forward at an extremely fast speed. Her narrowed eyes revealed an obvious murderous intent. Is this the real strength of a jonin? I can't move at all. Tsunade suddenly punches, and the fist is close to Akira Uchiha's lips. What? What happened? Why is Tsunade's fist so close to me? Why am I here? Who am I? Why is my brain in a mess at this moment, and I can't think of anything? Start moving. Suddenly, Tsunade's soft and warm skin touch his mouth. Before Akira Uchiha can react, his body has already bounced off the bed. Is this the feeling of flying? Then, Akira Uchiha in the air felt an incomparable pain on his cheek. Feel the pain, experience the pain, accept the pain, know the pain. People who don't understand the pain will not understand the real horror. At this moment, Akira Uchiha realized that he is actually insignificant in the universe. It is a feeling of loneliness and humility that he has never felt before. Then he finally saw Tsunade's ferocious face in the air, and the scene of Shinakushina crying and rushing over to save him. This scene is really beautiful. Then death is coming. Then darkness. In an instant, Akira Uchiha's consciousness fell into darkness. Chapter 43. Where is this? Akira Uchiha was walking on a winding path by himself. He thought he saw a beautiful flower field, but he couldn't see clearly due to the mist. That's strange. I remember that I was knocked unconscious by Tsunade on the bed. There was a wide river in front of him. There was a long bridge over the river. Lotus flowers bloomed in the dim yellow river water, and a group of butterflies flew around. There was a faint scent of flowers on the river. It was like a scene from his dream. It's so beautiful that it doesn't seem like something from this world. Akira Uchiha couldn't help but mutter to himself. That's right. If he had to make an analogy, this place was like a place connected to another world. Akira Uchiha suddenly saw a stone tablet on the bridge with the word limbo written on it. Whoa, not good. If I don't go back, won't I really die? What's there to look at? Isn't this the real river of forgetfulness and Yellow Spring Road? Does this mean that I'm about to die? Come here. Come here quickly. Suddenly, a voice came from the other side of the river. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is a good place. There are so many beauties here. The person on the other side kept talking. There's good food and fun everywhere. Are they talking to me? Akira Uchiha stopped. There was someone on the other side of the river waving at Akira Uchiha. Speaking of which, when he took a closer look at the person on the far right, wasn't that the first Naruto who somewhat resembled Rope Tree? No. It'll be dangerous if I listen to them. When he took a closer look, there was another man who somewhat resembled him. He was wearing a Uchiha windbreaker, Uchiha Jing. A large gathering of deceased relatives. I should say goodbye to this place as soon as possible. Don't be afraid, my child. This is a good place, Uchiha Jing said. Ah, don't be afraid, descendant of Woodleaf. Don't you see that I'm very healthy? There's no need to worry about coming here. The first Naruto smiled. Ayaya, Akira Uchiha. This place is really not bad. Every day is very joyful, very joyful. Now the second Hokage came out. Really? Is there no problem? Are you telling the truth? Of course. It was really joyous, really joyous. Entering this place felt like returning to Woodleaf. It was so much more comfortable here than at home. Everyone there is talented, and they speak well. I really like them. Farewell, everyone. I won't forget you. Akira Uchiha quickened his pace. He turned around and ran away from the riverside with all his might. At the very least, I'll live on with you guys. I can't accept that you're the only one saved. The curse behind Akira Uchiha always feels strangely real. Moreover, it was terrifying. Bang. Akira Uchiha suddenly opened his eyes. Did she come back to life? After waking up, Akira Uchiha found himself sleeping in an unfamiliar room. Chun, you're awake. That's great. Using right-on to stimulate the heart seems to be effective. Tsunade cancelled the ninjutsu in his hand and showed a relieved expression. That was right-on, right? Are you kidding me? Has my life just reached a state where it's hanging by a thread? Don't you know medical ninjutsu, Tsunade-sama? Akira Uchiha gritted his teeth and said, that, your heart seemed to have stopped for a little while, just a little while. My medical ninjutsu can't heal this kind of injury. Tsunade touched his hair embarrassedly. Speaking of which, this is the first time I've used this method. I didn't expect it to work on the first try. Humans are truly mystical creatures. Kunai, my kunai. Where's my 40-meter-long kunai? Akira Uchiha immediately went to check his ninja bag. Hey Chun, if you want to talk then talk, don't touch the kunai. Shinakushina. Come quickly, he fainted again. Tsunade's voice sounded. Akira Uchiha woke up from his coma again. In front of him was Shinakushina. Shinakushina's long red hair scattered on the bed like silk. She was still wearing her cute pajamas, but she fell asleep on the bed. Akira Uchiha reached out his hand and picked up a strand of red hair from Shinakushina's shoulder. A faint cherry blossom fragrance floated from the hair. Shinakushina, who was lying on the bed, seemed to have been woken up by Akira Uchiha's action. She raised her head in a daze and rubbed her eyes. She found that the boy in front of the bed had woken up. Oh, you're awake, the girl said in surprise. However, she made a strange sound when she spoke. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Shinakushina suddenly stood up in a hurry and apologized to the boy on the bed. It's okay, it's okay. It's my fault. I threw the explosive charm on the bed and scared you. Akira Uchiha quickly waved his hand. Ahaha. That mini explosive charm was quite interesting. At that time, it really gave me a big fright. I thought I was going to die. Shinakushina patted her hair. She seemed to have regained her vitality. Shinakushina was no longer crying and helpless like before. Hello. My name is Uzumaki Shinakushina. I'm from Uzumaki village. Shinakushina's voice suddenly became low. Akira Uchiha looked at Shinakushina's appearance and remembered that she put a kunai under his pillow. It seems that the country of Uzumaki has been destroyed, and Shinakushina has been living in the country of Uzumaki all these years, spending every day in the miserable chaos of war. Perhaps she witnessed the destruction of the country of Uzumaki. Is that why she feels so insecure? Akira Uchiha immediately changed the topic. My name is Akira Uchiha. Hello, Uzumaki Shinakushina. You can just call me Chun. Looking at Akira Uchiha's black pupils, Shinakushina nodded. You can also call me Shinakushina. We are now good friends. Shinakushina said. This is a good friend. The friendship between children is easy to obtain. Akira Uchiha sighed. Speaking of which, I don't seem to have seen that person's figure. Well, that's right. Tsunade. Where did Tsunade go? Was he caught by the Ambu? Or was he captured by the guards? How was Tsunade supposed to feel after saying such things to her sensei? Akira Uchiha narrowed his eyes and began to look for Tsunade. Sister Tsunade, well, she told me to tell you that she knows she was wrong. Now she has turned herself into the guards. Shinakushina said while stumbling. Turned herself in? Who would believe her? Then where did she really go? Akira Uchiha said. She said that she wants to take advantage of your bad luck. Her luck is particularly good, and she wants to go gamble a few more times. Oh, this is what Tsunade would do. Chun, what do you mean by gamble a few more times? Shinakushina asked. Of course she, who has been homeless in the war for the past few years, didn't know what it meant. It means to kidnap and sell children of this age. Akira Uchiha said. Kushina, on the other hand, was horrified. Akira Uchiha looked around. This room was similar to Akira Uchiha's room. The only difference was that there were some girly things around. They should be Shinakushina's. Shinakushina, is this your room? Akira Uchiha asked. That's right. Then what about my room? Your room is no longer habitable. It's already leaking. Sister Tsunade punched you, and your body punched through the room. So I'm really lucky to be alive. Then Shinakushina, how did you get into my room? Akira Uchiha asked the question he was most concerned about. Shinakushina's face was now red to the tips of her ears. She looked like a tomato. Because these rooms all look the same, and the decorations are similar. I only came to Woodleaf during the day. Then, I got lost after coming back from Grandma Mito's place. Then, I went into that room. Oh, no wonder. Akira Uchiha sighed. So that's what happened. This was truly an unexpected calamity. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.